सॉरी, इसको याद आएगा। आया नहीं क्या? थोड़ा लेट आता है क्या? भाई तो कह रहा हूँ, लिंक से चेक कर लेंगे ना, चेक करना। रुक जा, मैं तेरे को भेजता हूँ। मेल मेल क्लासरूम 05 पे मेल कर, हाई करते। वो आई रिंग आई थी सामने, वैसे ही आएगी। देख पा रहे
सुन लिए ना? पोस्ट वो है। नहीं नहीं नहीं, वो कह रहे हैं कि चल रहा है, देखना। चल तो रहा है, चल रहा है, प्रॉपर चल रहा है, चला के छोड़ा हूँ मैं इसको। सुमित सर चल रहा है, चल रहा है। मैं सुमित सर तुम ये नहीं देख, चल रहा है, ठीक चल रहा है, ठीक
कंफर्म कोई दिक्कत नहीं।
इधर नीचे जाना, नीचे 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 एच पे हुआ ना।
वे एज पर ही हूँ मैं।
हैं? ये तो दिया ये प्रज्ञान डॉट सोशल।
फिर से खुला रहना चाहिए।
हाँ नहीं, इसमें कुछ एक्सपेरिमेंट वगैरह इसमें बोल रहे हैं।
नहीं चलते रहना है, मतलब होगा जैसे।
प्रज्ञान हाँ
हाइफन चार्टर हाइफन
डाटा फाइल 9
जीजी
ZVZ
डॉट वर्सल डॉट
what
डॉट ऐप फिर स्लैश फॉरवर्ड स्लैश
flash
एंटर बस
चाहिए ना okay
मेल आईडी किसकी लॉगिन में पे
मेल आईडी किसी की लॉगिन नहीं है
क्लासरूम 05 @gmail.com
आशुतोष भाई कुछ मेल करना है तेरे को कितना मेल करना है
हाँ पीपीटी I2DC मेरी एक सेकंड हाँ मेरी कर दिया ठीक ठीक ठीक
Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you. On behalf of Pragyaan IIT Jammu, it is a pleasure to welcome school principals, education leaders, government officials, and colleagues from academia to Manthan, the Principals Conclave. Manthan, which means the churning of ideas, is conceived as a space for thoughtful and meaningful conversations. At a time when education is evolving rapidly, influenced by policy reforms, technological change, and diverse on ground realities, creating spaces for dialogues becomes especially important. Manthan was initiated as as a part of Pragyaan to bring together stakeholders who shape education at different levels. The experience reaffirmed a simple but a powerful idea. Lasting progress in education comes from collaboration, shared understanding, and continuous dialogue. Building on that intent, this year's conclave focuses on structured discussions and practical directions. Today brings together school leaderships, administration, and academia perspectives that influence policy, implementation, and innovation. We hope today's we hope today's interactions help strengthen these connections and contribute insights that extend well beyond this gathering. I request Mr. Bhavishya Kundu and Mr. Drish Mahajan to kindly join us on stage to felicitate the session. I now invite Professor Manoj Kaur, Director of IIT Jammu, to kindly join us on stage. We also have Shri Rahul Kumar Sachan, DDG of JNK, to please, sir, all of you join us on the stage. We also have Dr. Ellen Govind with us on the online meet. Thank you, sir, for joining us. So please, everyone, give a applause. Yes, sir. I now invite Professor Manoj Kaur, Director of IIT Jammu, to kindly join us on stage and deliver his address. Everyone, please welcome him.
Morning. I can see number of students and principals, I am told, in this conclave. This kind of churning, what she said, Manthan, probably we are attempting for the first time, right? This is the first edition of it. We are trying to understand that when the students are coming to our campus, how they are forming and reforming in change around us. Now, in last few years, we have seen many things have shaped and reshaped mildly as well as drastically. There is a step function which is happening around. All the classrooms, first event was COVID, when we were forced without any preparation to go for an online mode. Now, classroom interaction, I think, in the school, because this is more formative than what we do in IITs or any higher education institution. And it's just more formative as well as important for the kids. So what happens in that class, it has more impact than what we do in the colleges. Let me put it this way. Okay, I still remember my school days when I used to do it. It was very, by hand doing learning kind of school, where we used to have few hours per week to spend in what we used to call hobbies or a workshop. I used to make plaster of Paris statues, not big size, but small size with the molds. I still remember that, and that has impacted a lot the way we have evolved as a person. वो जो सोच बनी थी उस वक्त वो अभी तक साथ में है, जिसे हम बोलते हैं एक संस्कार आता है हमारे अंदर में, वो अभी तक ध्यान में है। और उस समय की जो टीचर हुआ करते थे अभी भी याद है। जब भी मैं जाता हूँ तो अपने स्कूल में जरूर जाता हूँ, मिल के आता हूँ, because they made us what we are today. We are usually Grateful to them. तो स्कूल में जो होता है वो बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है बनिस्बत की हम यहाँ जो कर रहे हैं हायर एजुकेशन में. दैट इज आल्सो इंपॉर्टेंट, बट स्कूल एजुकेशन इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट. सो कमिंग बैक, कोविड में हमने ऑनलाइन क्लासेस स्टार्ट की. क्लासरूम का जो सोशल एक्सपीरियंस था वो चला गया. एंड there are platforms which we all are aware are affecting us as well as the students, which is a device in your hand, what we call the screens. Screen of different kinds. This is also a screen. Mobile is a screen. The kid is looking at it. And then we have computer screens. Then you have TV screens. And these screens are getting your attention. अब हमको थोड़ा थोड़ा समझ में आने लगा है कि attention which is required for learning of any kind, whether it's classroom learning or outside learning, is limited. It's an asset. And if we don't spend it prudently or wisely, then our learning gets affected because we keep on switching from one place to another. Just like, see, what has happened is, typically in screens, when you look at the platform, when I say platform, I'm talking about social media platforms, I'm talking about YouTube channels, I'm talking about Facebook, Instagram, and all connected devices and applications. Like WhatsApp is connected to something else. And this will be further amplified when you start using hidden algorithm, what we call nowadays generally AI, because they are harvesting you and data is infrastructure. So what I was trying to say that our attention is being grabbed by these platforms. And if we are not careful, then our learning and their kids' learning will be affected. And they are being affected right now because they are moving from screen to screen because platform gives it. That's what we call the infinite scrolling. You keep on scrolling. It never ends. And that's by design, that they want you to hook to the screen. More you are with the screen, more data they will harvest about you. This is what we call the algorithm, which is working. And that algorithm is not liable. It's not in our control. It is not in control of the user. It is in control of somebody else sitting somewhere centrally, maybe in US, maybe in Europe somewhere. So this is a technopolar world. It's changed now. And this is what we injected into classrooms when the COVID happened. We didn't have any choice. We went with this. And the second thing, what has happened recently in the last 2-3 years, what we know is generative AI. So you can create any content. Maybe those who are slightly with the gray hair and they understand the platform, we know it. These platforms, what coming through infused with AI, ingested with AI, can create content which is not true. That's why nowadays at times we call it post-truth world. Information सही है, गलत है, झूठ है, सच है, हमें पता नहीं. But information है. इतनी information है कि हम उसके लिए डिजाइन नहीं है. As a human being, as a human mind, we are not evolved to ingest this much information. We are slow learner. We learn through a pace. क्लासरूम में आप पीपीटी यूज करेंगे ज्यादा, आपको लगेगा हमने पढ़ा दिया, बट शायद जो स्टूडेंट जो लर्न कर रहे हैं वो उनको दिखेगा जरूर, बट लर्निंग नहीं होगी. There will be a challenge. That's why chalk and talk still is a very controlled, curated learning method, and learning happens better over there. When you write, they also write it, and we ingest something. But this media which is available us in digital form, which is coming, which happened last 25 years, that all the books are converted to in digital form, it has consumed everything. The name is Manthan. So we have churned everything and consumed in a single model. Whether you call it Gemini, whether you call it ChatGPT, whether you call it Claude. Now these models, if you ask some question, they will give you something. Earlier we had Google, which will, at least you need to scroll the links to get something. But now it will answer you something, a para, or if you want to do deep research, it will give you a report. True or false, we don't know. It hallucinates. And it's giving you free of cost. So the value of the content generation, the value of the book which is available has gone down. Of course, internet and Google search was already hitting it, but अब ये exacerbate हो गया है, accelerate हो गया है. We don't know actually how to handle it, because these organizations are much bigger than schools, colleges, universities, and even the nation states. And they ask us to use it. They tempt us to use it, and we use it. So it's very, very important that we have to find a way that how the learning comes back to the class. We in our institute also, we put biometric attendance to force our students to come to the class. And for primary reason, they come over here for the attendance, because they know it. If it is less than 70%, they might not be allowed to sit in the exam. So it's a grading, and acquiring a degree is not equivalent to learning. Learning is very, very different mechanism, which we do not understand. It's part of the brain evolvement and the neuroscience. So I believe that this wise gathering of principals, they can share your thought to find some solutions that what can be done, what we should be doing it. Innovation can come from this group only. And if we can evolve through the school, probably we'll experiment in the higher education also. There's a lot of hype about AI right now. Everybody is talking about AI, right? But there's a lot of snake oil. Snake oil means snake does not give any oil. That's the meaning. So if you are not careful, then we'll be carried away by the hype. Because remember, Google, Microsoft, they want to sell it. They want to sell the product. What is the product? Our data is our product. And they want to have it. They want to improve their models. If you don't give it, their model will become static. People have been talking about AI bubble, and also time will tell. I don't know. But the important thing is, can we find new methods to continue the learning and evolution in the classrooms? So the next generation of the students can have critical thinking. They can do augmented learning along with us, and we also improve as society. If we don't do it, then certainly our next generation will be affected, and we will be blamed for that as a poor ancestors. So with that, I'll close over here. Thank you very much for your attention.
Sir, thank you so much for your enlightening words. I now invite Dr. Yogesh Nimdeo, faculty in charge of Pragyaan, to kindly join us on stage.
Thank you very much. Good morning to all of you, and I welcome Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Rahul Kumar Sachanji, as well as DDG, Director General of Security and Technology, J&K, let's say, and also to our Director, IIT Jammu, and all the dignitaries present on and off the dais, esteemed faculty members, school leaders, teachers, dear students, and guests, all the guests. It is my privilege to I'm here to just to introduce you what is Pragyaan that we are doing over here, and this is a subset of a Pragyaan where we are carrying out this principal conclave activity, and yeah, so it is my privilege to brief you about this Pragyaan 2026 Curiosity to Creation, IIT Jammu's institute-wide open day and flagship STEAM outreach initiative. In this, Pragyaan is designed as an experimental bridge between the school and the higher learning institutions, and its core idea is very simple. It is a powerful tool to generate a curiosity in students, school children's, and to have a hands-on creation and classroom to avoid the classroom theoretical knowledge. So in IIT Jammu also, we are putting more emphasis as per our director's vision. we are putting more emphasis on hands-on rather than a theory-based knowledge transfer in a traditional way. So yeah, and for that we are also in planning to have to develop infrastructure in IIT Jammu. So this year, Pragyaan 2026 welcomes more than 6,000 students, educators from the school across Jammu, Kashmir, as well as Ladakh. I hope many principals from Ladakh and Kashmir are also joining this event this year. And in this, the key engagement include the Innovation Expo, then featuring live demonstration by IIT Jammu departments, school clubs, and parent schools, proto space, tinkering lab, walkthroughs, and where the participants experience the real-world engineering workflow and IITian interaction, offering students authentic insights into academic journeys and future pathways. So Pragyaan also places strong emphasis on educators through rubrics. This is the program which is planned for school teachers. They can get idea how IIT can facilitate, what are the facilities in IIT that are very helpful for them to understand and to get connected with IIT Jammu, because it's a thought process of IIT Jammu that since it is in this region, the IIT should get connected with the social aspect nearby and social problems, so that if we come to know that, we can address that particular thing. We will definitely help in that particular part. So with this Pragyaan, a structured engagement for teachers through these rubrics, and then in order to have a discussion on a pedagogy changes, assessment, and a technology-enabled learning. In parallel, we have principal conclave, creative a leadership forum to deliberate a sustainable STEM ecosystem and long-term school IIT collaborations. So I invite all participants to explore, question, and imagine boldly during Pragyaan 2026. Thank you very much.
Sir, thank you so much for briefing us about Pragyaan. I now invite Dr. Vijay Pal to briefly take us through Manthan and the proceedings of the day.
स्लाइड आ जाएगी क्या?
अच्छा जैसे इसको कीबोर्ड से यूज करेंगे.
Good morning, everyone. So first of all, we need to understand that why we are gathered here. As data set said that the school education, influence more rather than the higher education in the kid's mind. So with this thought, basically, we started something for the school education. And we started this journey in 2018 when local schools, those who are having adult tinkering labs at their school, they contacted IIT Jammu that, sir, we have lab, but we don't know how to utilize in a better way. That was the major challenge we heard from them. Then we discussed internally that how IIT Jammu can contribute for the school education, because this is the biggest question: why IIT is doing for schools? What is the role of IIT in that? And we started visiting the adult tinkering labs. So first visit we made for KV Sunjwan. So we saw that there is a lab which is very interesting. It is a tinkering lab, and they named as a adult tinkering lab funded by Niti Aayog. And we observed that there are very good setups which they can use, but they don't know how to use it. Based on that, we visited Sainik School, Nagrota, Army Public Schools and all. And same problem they observed, that lot of vendors have established this lab and they have kept some robots, some drones and all those things. And they are just telling you use it. So whenever some ministry visit happened, they went there, trained some students, then how to use robot and all those things, that's it. What we realized that rather running the robot, it is better that you should know how to make the robot, right? And then we internally decide that we should start some outreach activities. Then our director agreed, okay, you do it something for local region. And we made some experiments based on the adult tinkering lab. And same exercise, we did it for IIT Jammu students also. For example, if there is any lab, right? If I remember my days, school days, there was SUPW lab. हम लोग जाते थे just on off computer and all those things. But I remember my days, 11th and 12th. I was lucky that Professor S.C. Verma, जो physics की जिनकी book है, they usually in weekends they come to our school with some experiments, eddy currents and all those things. So वो still मेरे mind में अभी भी रहता है यार, वो चीज मैं नहीं भूला, rather मैं theory तो भूल गया बहुत सारी. So with same phenomena, we thought यार we need to create some experiments, otherwise ये lab जो है mostly visit type की हो जाएंगी. Then observe किया गया कि यार experiments बनाने कैसे हैं, बनाने किस चीज के हैं, physics के बनाने हैं कि chemistry के बनाने हैं कि maths के बनाने. It was very challenging task. Then we thought, okay, there should be some thought behind it that what type of experiments should be there so that students can do it. Then we put a thought that in the current scenario, the 4 major things are very, very important. These are coding. Second, we thought sensors. Third, we thought some sort of microcontrollers, IoT. And fourth is manufacturing. And we thought at least these all 4 key pillars should be there in all the experiments, whether it is bio-related, chemistry-related, physics-related, mathematics-related. I'm just giving you an example. First experiment we made to find out the speed of sound. And we simply demonstrating the role of ultrasonic sensor, because it is very basic sensor and everybody is using it. So similar way, we started this journey long back, not long back, maybe in 2018 or 19. First time we visit and started trainings to the IIT Jammu, free of cost with our internal funds, internal supports. And based on that, we realized, because our strength is only our students. So we involve first year students to create some experiments. Whatever you learned in class 12, can you create some experiments? And they made very interesting experiments. But the common thing was that they have used all 4 pillars, right? Because for the IoT things, you have to write code. So at least you should understand that I'm able to write a simple code on Python or some other tools. Without that, you cannot survive. And we tell them this is not engineering. बिकॉज फर्स्ट ट्रेनिंग जो हमने करा था 2019 में मोस्टली स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के टीचर्स थे, डिफरेंट डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स थे. वो कंप्यूटर ऑन ऑफ करने में भी हेजिटेट कर रहे थे. दे स्टेड देयर फॉर 5 days. हम लोग 0 से स्टार्ट किए. उनको ये बोला कि सर आप घर पे रिमोट यूज करते हो या आप गाड़ी चलाते हो, तब तो आप नहीं बोलते हो ऑटोमोबाइल इंजीनियर हो, राइट? तो उनको पहले तो ये माइंडसेट दूर करने में लगा कि दिस इज नॉट इंजीनियरिंग, दिस इज नाउ द नीड ऑफ द डे. इस तरीके से हम लोगों ने उनको पहले common platform pe like that you should at least use it. And we made some experiment based upon the previous experience and with their things. And this is the ground reality you can see. I have highlighted in the slide that lack of direction. हम लोगों ने इस टाइप के टीचर्स कॉन्क्लेव बहुत सारे किए. तो टीचर्स का मोस्टली ये कहना था कि सर रोड मैप ही नहीं क्लियर है, लैब खुली है, विजिट के टाइम पे खुलती है. सेकंड, टीचर आर कंप्लीटली डिसकनेक्टेड. Right? So this connect को दूर करने के लिए we are creating experiments and we have made lot of experiments also. And the third part which we observed, that is skill gap. अगर टीचर को नहीं पता है तो how can they use sensors? How can they use IoT? How can they manufacture it? So this is all is basically so. And the major part which is missed was the one size fit all. That means there should be some kids from class 6 to 12th, and there should be a learning curve involved. Right? There are dedicated books are there. For example, NCERT. We have a proper connection on that. So what we thought, if there should be some sort of manual or books where we will try to connect the class 6 from class 7, then class 7 to 8, or let's say 9. So this is the major gap we found. Then last year, when we made some experiments from 2019 to 24, we observed that we should scale up, so that most of people at least know about it. So we started this event Pragyaan last year, where the objective was very clear. Whatever experiments we have made, we have kept our stalls, adult tinkering labs stalls, science, technology, engineering, art, mathematics, different type of stalls was there, as Dr. Yogesh mentioned. And different schools from this local region visited us. At least they understand, they can come to IIT Jammu, they can see what we are doing for the school education, and they have seen. And this year they have extended it in many sense. And this year we are now meeting for this month-end, where our major objective is to connect the policymakers, academia, and principals. We will debate on two topics today. These are infrastructure and equity. And when we talk about the infrastructure, it is not completely civil part. That's why we have the security person here with us. And the second theme is future skills and NEP 2020. So in this event, we will debate on it. And so what type of structure we have decided, that there will be a moderator, some external panels, and we involve students also in that discussion. So our first year students, one boy, one girl, will sit in same panel so that they will also share their experience with the committee members. So like that, basically we have made this structure, and this is the overall structure. We are now the inauguration part. Then we will introduce our lab named as ITUDC. Then discussion 1, lunch break. Discussion 2, innovation showcase will be there after this discussion 2, and conclusion. So once again, I welcome you all in this event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I now invite Dr. Ellen Govin, Assistant Innovation Director from Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell, AICTE, to kindly join us for the plenary address.
Thank you. Can you stop the screen sharing so that it helps me to share my screen?
Yes, sir.
So I'm not able to share my screen. Can you give me permission to share my screen? Can you see my screen, please? Can organizer confirm me?
Yes, sir, we can see your screen.
Yes. Thank you. Good morning. First of all, I thank Dr. Vijay Kumar Pal, Director IIT Jammu, for giving me an opportunity to address the teachers during this month-on program. So we are aligned with Director Jammu, IIT Jammu have been conveyed, and we have been doing this program for past 4 years. So before I start, I want to say that we will collaborate with Ministry of Education, Department of School Education and Literacy, and make sure that as many number of schools across Jammu we can work together, as huge funding support is being provided for us to implement various innovation initiatives across the country. So we can collaborate or jointly sign MOU with IIT Jammu, and we can start expand it to all the schools of our Jammu. So I thank DDG sir for presenting here for this program. So I take about various initiatives which Ministry of Education, Department of School Education has been launched for promoting the culture of ideation, innovation, and entrepreneurship among school educations of our country. So 4 years back, we have started this school innovation initiative. Department of School Education have been launched this program. So when we launched this program, we understood we have been working with the higher education institution. The Ministry of Education Innovation Cell have been launched in 2018, and we have been promoting the culture of innovation among higher education institution. So when we have been very closely working with higher education institution, we found that students at the school level should have been given some foundation, so that when they enter into an engineering degree or any professional course, it would help them to perform better. So creating that foundation, we started the School Innovation Ambassador Training Program. to start, we thought we should train the teachers first. We should give some foundation to the teachers in the school. So who are the pillars or who are the transformers who create the foundation for the school students. So we have launched a school innovation ambassador training program. It's a 72-hour online program where teachers used to log in, register themselves, and get certified. For each of the module, they should give assessment. After assessment, they get a certificate download themselves. After 5 modules, we have design thinking, ideation, prototype, product development, IPR, finance, and sales. So once they go through each of those modules, they give an assessment, they can download a certificate. After they complete 5 modules, we call them as an innovation ambassador of Ministry of Education, where those teachers in turn help the students in creating, they are developing their ideas and converting into a prototype product and patent. So starting from ideation to product development to patent, we support through Ministry of Education. So then we launched a School Innovation Council. We handhold 5 activities throughout the year for the students, from ideation to patenting. And we also understood we want to create this culture more. We introduced design thinking and innovation skill module in the school level. Then the next year we are launched the Kapila, so there's Kalam program for IP literacy and awareness, where we have been doing this for higher education institution. For past 2 years, we are supporting for schools. We support funding for patenting at the school level. So Udyamotsav, where we call the investors, we give a funding support of up to 1.5 lakhs for an idea. So where those ideas, once they convert, if they require more funding, we have an MOE investor, Ministry of Education's investor network. We have onboarded 100 plus investors. If the ideas are good, if they can take it further to convert, to commercialize the product, or to require more investment, we handhold, support, and connect them to take the product and make it as a startup. We also conduct boot camps across the country. We have been first doing for the teachers, then student, then slowly we understood we should train the district education officers and block education officers. This year we have covered almost all the district across the country. We have been trained physical training program for the district education officers and block level officers to create at least the foundation. When we started asking, please nominate the teachers and the students from the school, they were not aware what is innovation. Why, as an administrator, they are not aware of it. They have been saying how it is useful to the students and teachers. Then we thought we should create the foundation to them. At least we should give them an overview of it. So we requested the Secretary, Department of School Education, Mr. Sanjay Kumar sir. Sir had agreed immediately, and he had said go ahead, Ilangavan, train all the district education officers so that it helps them to create an foundation, because they are the one who communicate on day-to-day basis. Now we don't want to make them as an administration alone. They want to make sure that they also know something technical. After going through this journey, we at last, once the student develop their idea, convert into a prototype. During NEP celebration on 29th July, we bring those students across the country, and we exhibit in Pragati Maidan their products. So this is a year-long 8 to 10 months activity which we carry out. For all these activities at zero cost, completely funded by Ministry of Education. So I would submit this as a proposal to Director IIT Jammu, considering that, sir, we are open that through Jammu, Kashmir, Ladakh, any region you are there, Ministry is open to collaborate with you, because as a country bandwidth, it's very challenging for Ministry to work in every state. We have been collaborating with the different partners, mainly with IITs and few government institutions who have been keen coming forward to expand these operations at a micro level. So at Jammu, if we can have one more round of meeting to understand the feasibility of implementation, and we can start working out, and the Ministry is open for that. So these are the various innovation initiatives which I said. So far, we have around 22,000 schools across the country who are part of the School Innovation Council. We have around 15 lakh schools in our country. Around 6 to 8, we are targeting around 7 to 8 lakh schools is our target. For past 2 years, we have been working on a pilot phase to handhold the schools and create the culture of innovation. We have school innovation ambassador training program. We have around 91,000 teachers have registered so far, and 26,000 teachers have completed this training module from 14,000 plus schools. We also implemented the design thinking and skill module in 5,000 plus schools, where the teachers have been conducting as a design thinking and innovation as a skill module in the schools. We conduct boot camps. We support them in ideation and prototype and product development. These are the activities which we do. We have been generated few startups. So at an early stage, to motivate this one such startup which has been from Orissa, where a student had developed an posture alert device. So this device, when when they sit, it alerts in when we change our position, not an appropriate position, it gives an alert. Mainly, I can say in every activity which we carry out, or which when we very closely look at the students, either the student teacher have been a main backbone for that, or in few cases there are few parents who support the students in developing it. So we take the parents also a mentor in many cases, because it helps us to take the product in a further level. Similarly, we had a product in from Nagpur developed by a student, and his father has been supporting him in a lot, and her. So this product has been implemented in a railway. So railway ministry had taken this product seriously, because for Divyang Snegi, where a ramp comes out, now they push the ramp, fix it, and they can the Divyang person can enter easily the railway coach. These two are, I can say, one of a few practices, or say like a few best practices which had come out of the School Innovation Council initiative. So the School Innovation Ambassador was launched by our Honorable Union Education Minister on 16th of July. And these are the 5 modules: design thinking, innovation, idea generation, hand voting, prototype, product development, IPR, finance, sales, and HR. Once they complete each of these modules, they can download the certificate themselves, and they get a unique ID. After completing the 5 modules, they get a certificate as Innovation Ambassador and a badge for it. Just we encourage schools to have 2-3 teachers to be carried out, so that they can together work for benefit of the students community. We also launched a school innovation contest. Our Honorable Secretary, Department of School Education had launched. This year we have a funding of 250 best innovations to be supported. For each idea 1.5 lakhs. For the school students, 1.5 lakh was a reasonably good fund. When we asked the students to submit a proposal, they have been submitting a funding for 5,000 rupees, 10,000, 20,000. So then we started creating more awareness. Now, since IIT Jammu has been doing fantastic in this, and you have been already handholding many schools, now the platform is open still this month end. If you find some ideas which are good, wherever you have handholded through the students across various schools, you can log in through the school innovation portal, and you can guide them to submit those ideas. We will be evaluating those ideas, and we'll be releasing the fund by end of April, and the students will develop their product May, June, July. These 3 months they will develop, and July 29th they will come to Delhi and exhibit the product. I can say, if you do at a preliminary first round of evaluation from your end, we can directly take them as a wildcard entry for final round of pitching. So where we can support a funding of up to 1.5 lakhs for those innovation. Usually what we found is last year we had a funding of 200 ideas, but early we got some we get thousands or say lakhs of ideas on the portal, but majority are is, I can say, Me Too ideas, where they have been able to serve from the Google or ChatGPT, and they put it. It's not surprising to us. When we started this in higher education institutions, similar practice was there in engineering students also. But school, we are not surprised, but gradually we can see a growth in those quality ideas which we are receiving. So IIT Jammu can take this as an activity and support the schools and convey them that the funding of 1.5 lakhs is there. You can also help them in how to develop a idea, prototype, product development, and we can support them. I will share this PPT at the end of my presentation to Dr. Vijay Kumar. You can share it to all the participants who are there and the principals. You can also go and present to them if required. The schools, we have state-wise coordinators, officers from our end. At a call of 1 hour before, no, they can present at your school if required. So we have a good team who have been a very young and dynamic team who have been supporting me in implementing these initiatives across the country. State-wise, we can successfully implement this. So our stages of innovation, we ask the schools to submit their idea, then we conduct a regional mentoring. As I convert those ideas. If they have been early stage, we tell them what exactly we have been expecting. Then we help them to we prototype and develop then help them to develop a business model. Then we conduct a boot camp to further improve the product. Then we support a funding of 1.5 lakhs. Then if the good ideas are there, we support them in patent filing, and then we call them on 29 July. These are through every year the same practice which we do. So we are open for any more further support which can be extended from IIT Jammu for further improving the process. So what we are expecting from through this journey. So we want to train, mentor, and handhold the students. So there are many tinkering labs across the country. The ministry had launched 50,000 tinkering labs. So this year to start with 10,000 more tinkering labs at the PMC schools, where how we can work as a ministry, looking into the number of schools. Handholding sitting in Delhi, it's going to be a real challenge. Partnering with institute like IIT and across the country, we want to do that. So we started collaborating with few institutions, few incubation centers. We also have our innovation centers across the country. We have institution innovation councils across 15,000 higher education institutions. We have established idea labs. We are collaborating with all these partners, and we are handholding and training the teachers. Then we want to convert them into a prototype product and patent it. So what is the outcome which we are expecting it to start with? If you look into it, the soft skills like design thinking, out-of-box problem solving, creativity. More we are trying to motivate at this point of time to make the students to be more creative. So that will help them not only in the case of product development. I, as a mechanical engineer, blindly believe that once the students have been good and hands-on, it helps him, it makes him more creative. Not alone in the product development, it helps him to perform in this academic. The other outcome, physical outcome, which we look into is as a prototype product development startup or the patents, which we are looking at it. So we launched last year, and we are going to fund this year through a program called DICE, Developing Innovation Culture and Entrepreneurship. To start with, for PMC schools, we are identifying, for example, Jammu is there in and around 25 kilometers. How many PMC schools are there? Say we want to start with mentoring 5 schools for each institution. For each schools, we'll be giving a funding of, for the northeastern states, Jammu, considering the geographical challenge, we will be funding 1.74 lakhs per school to handhold in carrying out the School Innovation Council activities. For other states, we are providing funding of 1.24 lakhs for 5 schools. So I can say Jammu can identify 5 schools. We will also convey about which are the schools nearby. We have already mapped a few schools where you can handhold in carrying out this activity. So what we are trying to do through the School Innovation Council, so we want to create the culture of ideation, innovation, and entrepreneurship. So this will enable them to mindset change and awareness, creative design thinking, out-of-box thinking, problem-solving abilities. These terminologies may not be known as a definition for the students. Once they start involving in the prototype product development, I am sure their thought process may vary. They will be more creative, and they will be an out-of-box thinker, which will help them to perform in their academic as well. So what we do as a 5 activity through School Innovation Council, we create, first we have an activity of developing an entrepreneurial mindset. Then we take them for a field visit nearby and to identify an idea. The idea, in sense, it can be an idea within their school, in their home, nearby, whatever the challenges which they see in their day-to-day activity. We ask them to develop a proof of concept in a very raw stage. Then we mentor them, handhold them to develop a prototype business model. Then we help them to do have a demo day in the school, and then we evaluate those ideas, fund them, then mentor and exhibit at the national level, is which we are trying to do it. How the School Innovation Council process works out: simple process, and a School Innovation Council, the school will register. The principal will be the chairperson of the School Innovation Council. Then we have 4 teachers and a few students. They carry out the activity, convert the idea prototype, then they conduct a boot camp, and we fund them. So these are basic activities how the School Innovation Council registers, carry out 5 activities, submit your idea, we evaluate, we fund for prototype product development and exhibit at the national level. So this is a composition of schools where we have an executive member, teacher, a social media coordinator, student representative. External expert members can be a faculty member from the higher education institution, or an incubation manager, or an expert can be part of it, which we are trying to experiment with that. So what we do through School Innovation Council as a 360 degree of approach: first 360 degree, we work more on creating awareness; second 360 degree from ideation, prototype, business model, patent, and startup, which we are trying to do with that. So this once you log in into the portal, the schools can see 5 activities. We have recorded a session for each of those activities. For example, developing entrepreneur skill from PV Madhusudan Rao, professor from IIT Delhi, and we have also how to create a idea, how to make and how to do what is the field visit they are supposed to do, because we are hand holding at a micro level. There is a video of 20-25 minutes which they can go through it, and they can listen it. Then how to develop a proof of concept and prototype from an expert. So they can carry out this activity, and each schools, once they form the council, they can download a certificate. Once they download, it's a unique ID. We got a School Innovation Council ID is there, and there's a reference number for all their communications in the future, which they are trying to do with that. So also about design thinking skill module, we are the first country to introduce. We have been this design thinking skill module at the school level. Professor Ravi Povaya from IIT Bombay had developed us this content for 6th to 12th model, and we have been introduced in schools. We also launched a policy for promoting innovation school. We want to change the mindset, awareness, and training for the teachers, students, and we have included parents in this activity as a main stakeholder to understand more on this, and want to create an infrastructure and mentoring and nurture innovation, incentivize the teachers and students, pedagogy innovation, and more collaborating, partnering with higher education institutions and incubation center to use their infrastructures which is required for the school. So this is about the patenting. We support patent filing, early publication, and patent drafting. We give 34,000 rupees for per idea per school. If the school has 10 good ideas, we don't bother about it, because as number of good ideas, they can submit it. We reimburse that as a filing fee, early publication. So we understood last year we have been giving only filing and early publication. This year included drafting fee, because we understood at school level it's become challenge for them to draft for a patent. We give 34,100 for it. So these are the few products which developed by the students as a part of the School Innovation Council activities. And what we do is, once the students develop their product, when they come to Delhi, so we do one day before NEP celebration, we again mentor the students. We exhibit the product and call the schools in and around Delhi to see those products developed by the students, which should be motivation and inspiration to both the students who have been developed the product, as well as the new students who have been seeing those products. These are the few which have been already shown. So we also give an opportunity for those students participate in this NEP celebration. So once we do this, the students exhibit their product, and they feel happy to see the national mission and vision what we are trying to do out of it. So these are the boot camps which we conducted for last year and this year across the country. We covered almost majority of the states and union territories. Last year we covered 21 states with 9,000 participants. These are program conducted physically across the country. And this year we covered 26 states and 2 union territories. So a few states we are planned and which is scheduled in April. So we also conducted in Jammu Kashmir recently. Last month we have conducted training programs on the boot camp. So as we conducted capacity building for district education officers, boot camp for school students and teachers, and mentoring to ideas which they develop. We also call them and mentor it. So during regional mentoring, we take them to nearby incubation centers to see the startups products which have been developed, so that it's a motivation and inspiration for the students, teachers, and the district education officers. The thing which we are trying to do it. Also, we conduct Udyam Utsav. What we do in Udyam Utsav is the students which ideas which have been submitted. So if they want more than 1.5 lakhs, if you get 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakhs, we support them to the investors. We have a MOE investor network where we connect them, and we ask the students and teacher team to present in front of the investors and support them in developing their products. This we do across the country. So you all know though that in 2015 our global innovation index was at 81st position. Today we are at 38th position in the global innovation. This ranking doesn't happen at either ministry working or IIT individually working with that. It's all together a teamwork, starting from the district, state, at the school level. Every individual contribution will make our country to stand in a better position. So looking forward for all your support to make sure that to make our country stand in a better position in the coming years. Our Honorable Prime Minister is looking forward to make our country to stand in a better position with all your support. So with this brief, I thank everyone for joining this program, and I also thank Director IIT and Dr. Vijay Kumar for giving opportunity to address the principal at this program. At this occasion, I want to say that any such programs we are open for presenting in a short notice of 1 or 2 hours before. If you inform also, we can do, because we have a good team with us who can present to you. So this is a contact number and email ID. So as I said, I will share this PPT to the Dr. Vijay Kumar. You can share to all the principals and the participants who are there, who can also present. And we once again, I want to repeat, we can present if required at the school level. Thank you all. If you have any queries, I'm open to take this.
Thank you, sir, for all the presentation, and we acknowledge all your points, and probably we will communicate you in this regard maybe next week. So
Yes,
any
thank you.
questions from the audience, from principal side, if you want to ask directly, you can. Yeah, we have few questions, maybe, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir. Thank you
Good morning.
for this wonderful opportunity. And we are an ATL school, and our students have excelled. Like you told about School Innovation Marathon. Last year, one student got selected for smart shopping cart. And then we are regularly participating in various events, like IIT Jammu also one project got shortlisted and all those things. My only suggestion or a question to you is that how students can go like from right now they are making the projects and exhibiting at various places. They are getting selected also, like in Toy-a-thon and all. But can we institute something which helps them to go to the patent level and all those things in the school, and like hand-holding of the ATLs?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we have identified state level experts who can handhold in drafting the patents. We have a database of patent attorneys who came forward to support the schools, and also we have identified few academic experts who came forward that from higher education institution who had already filed a patent and they granted. They are ready to support the school, because we have 2,700 plus. Higher education institutions who are registered on a Kapila platform across the country, and they have been submitted application this year. We have supported more than 6,000 patent filing in the country. So we have a database of an experts where we can connect them to you in drafting your smart card, whatever the products which you have developed. We can help. We will connect them to you. Through them, you can draft the patent and submit it. We can give you the drafting fee of 30,000, filing fee 1,600, and early publication to 2,500. So we can give that complete supporting of handholding in drafting, as well as funding support we can provide to you. We can do it. No, I think you can I will share this PPT. You can note down the mobile number and you can contact or mail us. We will take it further on that.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Alan sir, as you mentioned that you have some DICE scheme where you are going to map the higher education in the schools, right, directly.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
I think just listening to this last question, I think if the higher education can help them, whatever, you have already mapped some schools. These schools to
Yes.
some higher education. So maybe
Yeah.
they can directly help. Otherwise, how many, cases you can handle directly? Or else
Yes, no,
the higher
it's only
education.
through higher education, sir. Only through higher education. We are
Yeah. Even in higher education, if they are getting some difficulty, then almost in all the states we have NIT and ITs. So at
Yes,
least
yes.
if they found difficulty, then you make some common centers in different states, and you can
Yeah.
tell IITs or NITs that they can help the higher educations for their small things, right?
Yeah, that would be fantastic, sir, because we already,
Yeah.
since you came forward, we have been working with, for example, NIT Gandhinagar, we are working with
Okay.
NIT
Okay.
Nagaland. So, we can take forward. It's a good, fantastic idea. So
So
we'll also
Director-
propose this actually.
Our director, sir,
yeah,
just
I just want to add, right, because we have also internal IP cell now, right? And now it's ramping up. So we can see those schools who are local to us, around us, we can help them connect with you, or otherwise we can help them as well, actually, if need be. So because
So
we
the-
have our own set of people, they are available. So, and we'll be happy to do that, actually. So
Yeah.
we should create a mechanism and they can
Correct,
get
correct,
connected. Hub and spoke work better rather
Yes,
than
yes.
working a centralized.
Yeah, we work in the same way, sir. Up
Yes.
and spoke model
Yeah,
only.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
say,
We'll be
yeah.
happy to do it from institute side, actually.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
For example, today we have 50 plus principals, sir. You can ask them straight away how many ideas are there. You can
Correct.
start get to those ideas, because the reason this year I have around 100 patents to be funded. So far, to your information, we got only 30 patents, 70 more patents which I should spend actually. So we can, if you say like 20, 30 ideas today, if you can identify and submit it straight away by April, we can release the payment to them.
Yeah.
So it's very much possible to that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions? Just give it to Mike.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I'm Geeta Sharma, Principal Army Public School, Aknoor, sir. We are very, very grateful to IIT Jammu for extending helping hand to schools whenever we have requested for. They have given us on-site visit also, and it has triggered our children. It has motivated our children as well as staff for the innovative projects which we have taken. Last year, we even organized a exhibition in sciences where we showcased our project, which was highly, highly appreciated by all the local schools of the Aknoor, sir. But I'm having a small query and a request also through this platform, sir. Sir, generally there is two type of hand holding. One is monetary and the other one is the HR sharing, sir. Like APSs in itself, they are like generally a self-sustained model where we are able to like accomplish or cater to our monetary needs. But like there are certain schools, like if we compare Aknoor or Rakhmuthi, they are quite far flung from the main region, like IIT region. So generally, we are looking forward for the schools who are interested in case something like 10 days boot camp during summer or during winters, if it could be extended from the like faculty of IIT Jammu. I think it is like children even will be more we'll be welcoming that, because children learning through children will be a great motivator. Our children, they do come to IIT, but that environment is totally different. They take time to open up. So any such boot camps, like even once in a year, will motivate them, will enhance their capacity and their self-confidence. And even our teachers also, sir, they'll be learning a lot. And this will be like, we'll be requesting for such boot camps. And like patents, which you just said, like still 70 patents they are awaited. I think this can be taken up to the number of 700, sir. A gentle request, sir, will be requesting for boot camps for the schools and especially for the remote areas, because whenever any assistance is extended, generally the schools which comes into minds are PM Shri schools or KVs or like government schools. There are number of public schools, private schools, goodwill schools, APSs who are doing good and great rather, but they generally are overlooked or they get sidelined when this like picking up is there. I may be crossing my limits. Please apologize. Thank you so much for the patient hearing.
Yeah. So, ma'am, your question is very correct. Even I was also thinking to ask the same question. This DICE scheme is for government school or it is open for private schools as well?
Sir, to start with the pilot phase, we are starting with only government schools, sir, as the funding's been supported from ministry part.
Okay.
But the innovation funding and patent is open for all the schools across the country. The
Okay.
funding of 1.5 lakhs, which is being supported, and the patenting is we have for all the schools.
For all the
So I would
schools.
request, ma'am, because we also have many higher education institutions. We have been training. You can write to us. We can connect you to the nearest higher education institution to whom we have trained and conducted boot camp. So we will ask them to train your student as to your students and teachers separately. It's very much possible for us to do that. And it's not about considering we start with as a government as a ministry, we start with the government schools more, then we concentrate on the private schools because the facilities and resources which you have, so those kids don't have them. We also trying, as you are the teachers are the change makers and backbones of our country, we also look forward for your skilling, which will help you. For example, you become an innovation ambassador, you want to train your own students or other schools nearby, we are open for helping in that also.
Yeah, ma'am, just to answer you, because IIT Jammu is already, providing trainings related to STEM for different schools. I agree that not your APS, but APS Udhampur is very frequently coming. APS Nagrota, they are basically got training, I think, from last 3 to 4 years. Their teachers are coming here, their students are also coming here, and they are getting training. And a lot of government schools, especially this UT government school base, they are coming because they have some set of model. From that model, they can enter, they can do the training. For private schools, I agree, we need to make some model where some contribution from the ministry side, some IIT Jammu side, from some school side, we can frame something.
Yeah, I think I will add to this. We have I2DC presentation up just after this session. So I think if you can,
Yeah.
definitely all these points can be discussed in that
Correct.
particular thing.
We have
Yeah.
some models.
Yeah. So in the meantime,
morning,
I can
sir.
add,
Yes, just a
Just
minute. Yeah.
this will be our own interest, like as an institution,
Correct.
to get strongly connected with any school.
Any
See, irrespective of government or non-government, actually, I don't care. Because that raw talent, he said that change makers will come from them. They will come only if they are being enabled.
Enabled.
So we are looking for the raw talents. We'll create the programs, we'll create the connect, actually.
Correct.
So whatever it takes. Right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Good morning to everyone. Sir, IIT Jammu is already giving training in the form of small training camps by conducting here. Schools are coming here. Every year they are getting training. But still we feel in the school, there is a lot of burden of this CBSE syllabus. If this syllabus is added with the ATL, or this will be a great achievement for the nation.
So, Dogra sir, you wanted to say that some syllabus should be there for that labs,
Yes.
right? Yeah, I already mentioned in my speech that we are working on it and we have made some syllabus. Probably we are discussing with the ministry part so that it will route it through them in all the schools. We are working on
Yes, sir.
it.
Already we are working with the NCRT to include design
Yeah.
thinking and the skill module in all the subjects of our curriculum. So we have all been committee has been formed, and we have been working that every subject will have design thinking and skill module as one chapter in that, so that they will connect to that respective subject and read design thinking.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any other query?
हेलो गुड आफ्टरनून सर.
Good afternoon.
सर एक क्वेरी थी, जैसे हमें स्टेम हैकथन में इनवाइट किया गया, हम गवर्नमेंट स्कूल से हैं, अगर हमें प्रॉपर चैनल से इनवाइट किया जाए तो हम बढ़ चढ़ के आगे आएंगे. जैसे हमें डायरेक्टर से सीईओ से लेटर आए, तो हमें जो फंड्स होते हैं हमारे स्कूल्स में बड़े कम होते हैं. लाइक गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स में बहुत कम फंडिंग है, ठीक है. उस हिसाब से जैसे हमने अभी अपना ये प्रोजेक्ट लाया है यहाँ पे शू का, उसमें बच्चे ने बनाना था तो सब हमने अपने पॉकेट से किया है. तो हमारे स्कूल्स में इतने फंड्स नहीं. अगर हमें सीईओ लेटर दे दे कि हाँ आप आ सकते हो, इनवाइटेड हो, तो हमें थोड़े फंड्स आ जाएं कि गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स के लिए ये थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम है। बाकी एपीएस के भी बाकी को सब कुछ होता है उधर, उधर फंड्स में नहीं होता। गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स में ये इशू हुआ है। जैसे हमें सीओ से लेटर आए या डायरेक्टर से, तो हम फंड्स का कहीं हमें अरेंज हो जाए प्रॉपर।
No, no, what we can do, ma'am, see, for, as I said earlier, we have a state-wise coordinator for each of the state. We used to, as a protocol, we send it from secretary, additional secretary goes to district education officer, block officer, and then comes to the school. You can directly start contacting us also. We have a coordinator mobile number we have given, we have a WhatsApp, and we also have a channel where you can directly start contacting us to work, because it's, I understand when it starts from higher authority to reach, it takes some time. But you start, if you have been very keen to take this initiative further, you can start communicating directly to us so that it helps to do whatever best possible from our end.
ओके, थैंक यू। बट ये कि एक एचओए जो होता है स्कूल का, अगर हम उनको बोलें वो आगे करें तो ज़्यादा अच्छा लगेगा।
Sure, we will do that. We'll try our best to deliver whatever possible from our end.
ओके, थैंक यू सर। सर सिर्फ हमें यही इशू आता है, हमने पिछले साल भी एक इनोवेशन में पार्ट लिया था, हमने सब अपने पॉकेट से किया था, हमने नेशनल अवार्ड लिया हुआ है, पर
Okay.
हमें अपने पॉकेट से पे करना पड़ता है और कुछ
नहीं
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 है।
मैम, ये ministry recently launched it. We want to understand complete expenses is taken care by ministry from from your home you leave till you go back to the home. All travel, accommodation, food, stay, including the product development, patent, everything we take care. Maybe so, as I said, to our country, length and breadth, it takes some time to reach at no every corners.
So,
But
Alan
the
sir,
only
what
thing
I
is
what
right
I
information.
understood from this question, basically, your DICE scheme is very much suitable because
Yes.
we cannot enter in their schools and their internal things. So only thing
Yeah.
which you have made DICE, that is very good. From the DICE, at least they have some funds, right? They have
Yes,
their
yes.
mentoring higher education institutes. So that will be a better idea. I think we need to strengthen the DICE scheme.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
Yeah.
सर कहने का मतलब ये कि जब आइडिया सेलेक्ट कर लिया है इंस्टीट्यूट ने, उस वक्त ही बच्चों को फंड मिलते आना चाहिए ताकि वो उसको प्रिपेयर करने में वो फंड इस्तेमाल कर
Yes,
सके।
yes.
थैंक यू।
Yeah. ठीक है। Done. Yeah. So you can. So thank you for your questions. Probably we will meet on this tea time and we'll discuss. Yeah, you can now come. सर का है, सचान सर और सचान सर का पहले खराब and then close it.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Rahul Kumar Sachan, DDG of JNK from the Department of Telecommunication for his insightful thoughts.
Honorable Director, sir, senior faculty members from IIT Jammu, respected principals and their teams, and dear students. A very good morning to all of you. To begin with, I must thank IIT Jammu to allow me to be part of this particular and I must say highly, what I can say, initiative taken by IIT Jammu. In fact, in that sense, I must appreciate IIT Jammu that they have moved out of the basically, normally we feel that IITs are meant for higher level technical institutes. So for upliftment of society, if they are doing all such good programs, definitely it must be appreciated like anything. I'll discuss from telecom perspective that how telecom infrastructure can boost up your information flow, so that whatever the information is available to the urban students, to basically tier 1 students, can be disseminated towards the last mile. The person might be sitting, the student might be sitting at a very far-flung place, at a very remote place. So there comes the role of the telecom infrastructure. In fact, if I could say in one line, I must say, telecom infrastructure can transform a traditional classroom training into a well-connected, across the nation, technical highway, where you could get all the materials. You could basically get virtual labs also at your doorsteps. Yes, Director Sir actually touched a very sensitive card in this regard, that definitely there can't be any replacement for the chalk and board education system. But geographical barriers always play a role. And there comes the role of the telecom. If we could provide a robust and reliable infrastructure, definitely it will help a lot to the students sitting at the remote areas. If I talk about the Department of Telecom and Government of India in general, we are working on two main projects to provide a last mile connectivity. The first is the BharatNet project. In the BharatNet project, we are basically planning to connect every Gram Panchayat across every nook and corner of the country with the high-speed optical fiber connectivity, and preferably in ring topology, in order to make the network more reliable. If I talk about Jammu, J&K, UT specifically, total we are having 4291 Gram Panchayats here. So we'll be connecting all the 4291 Gram Panchayats with the high-speed fiber connectivity. And almost I can say 90% of Gram Panchayats will be connected through ring topology. Laying fiber is a somewhat more tough task in J&K, being a very tough terrain. The digging is quite tough here, being a hilly terrain. But still, I'm very much hopeful that we'll be able to connect all the 4291 Gram Panchayats. The second initiative taken by Department of Telecom is 4G saturation project, where department has basically aspired to connect every village across every nook and corner of the country with 4G signals at least. Later on, we'll be basically upgrading this 4G into 5G also, so that we can provide information in the real-time basis. I'll not take much more time. Simply, I can say that a reliable telecom infrastructure, I must basically say, sir, what are the advantages and what are the key benefits that you could impart through a reliable and more robust telecom structure. The first thing is actually the equity. That means every rural student will be having the same type of education that basically his counterpart at the rural areas are, in the urban areas are getting. The second I must say is the efficiency. Through a high-speed information gateway, knowledge, but I could basically efficiently disseminate the knowledge up to, again, on the real-time basis. That is the most important task. The third one is the monitoring. Definitely, any system needs a very intense monitoring. And monitoring in the long run increases the efficiency of the system. So through an information highway, you can do a real-time monitoring. You can check what are the programs that are going on. As I said earlier, virtual labs also we can plan through high-speed gateways. So there comes the basically governance part also, where you can monitor your projects. You can monitor even the classrooms on real-time basis. In fact, prior to my current assignment, I was with the Staff Selection Commission, and there basically we connected all our examination centers with the CCTV which were available online, only because all our examination centers were having the high-speed internet connectivity. So by sitting at my office itself, I could check any lab where the examination is going on just to check whether it is being conducted in a proper manner or not. And I can check whether any, basically no student is indulged into, no, rather I must say candidate is indulged into any type of illegal activity. And the last thing I'll say is the innovation part. For this purpose, government has already identified 100 institutions where the 5G labs have been installed. IT Jammu is one such institution. In J&K, we are having one more institute in Kashmir Valley, that is Institute of Technology, Srinagar. So my request, if possible, with the faculty of IT, and if our students could be basically allowed to make a visit of this 5G lab here, at least they can know how the 5G use cases are being tested into these labs. With 5G, a lot of things, lot of new use cases will be coming. Like I said earlier, virtual lab could be one such use case, which will basically improve the quality of education in the remote areas. certain other things you could also think of. Your students could also think of basically creating certain use cases, which could be, first of all, you could do prototype and theory by sitting at your place. And then for testing purpose, you can utilize these labs. So my request to the IT faculty is basically to utilize this 5G lab as more as possible, so that at least we could also justify that, yes, 5G labs are basically serving their purpose. So at the end, I can say only one thing, that as far as better telecom infrastructure is concerned, it's not about connectivity. Normally in our department, we keep on talking about the connectivity. But in the wider terms, I must say it can basically empower our remote communities with education, with skill set, and thus lot more opportunities. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for your words, sir. All the teachers are free to leave now. They can accompany their students. All other members, will now take a break for high tea and will reassemble here in 10 to 15 minutes. Thank you.
अगर नहीं इसको डाल देता हूँ अभी।
अभी तो हो तो बाद में करना, चलो ये अभी रहने दो, ये तो इसके बाद लगवा लेना, अब भेज के रख लो, जैसे ही हमारा खत्म होगा
कर देता हूँ।
कर दूंगा, ऑल टाइप कर दूंगा। ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है आएगा नहीं, ये तुम्हें उसके अकॉर्डिंग करना पड़ेगा। 16:9 में करना है
और फिर देख लो यूट्यूब पे, देख लो स्ट्रीम हो गया, आ गया वही पोस्टर भी आ जाएगा और यूट्यूब मतलब कैमरास भी होंगे।
ठीक है।
माइक ऑन करना आते हैं ना?
है
माइक ऑन करना आते हैं?
कौन से?
ये
हाँ यार आते हैं।
बस बस ठीक है, कर लो। देख लो यूट्यूब पे, देख लो एक बार, चल रहा है ना?
कॉफी है क्या? हाँ हाँ
ऑल टैप कर दूंगा, फिर प्रज्ञान का रहेगा, जैसे ही प्रिंसिपल आएंगे तब चेंज कर दूंगा ऑल टैप। हाँ हेलो, हाँ जी सर, क्या कर रहे थे आप? हमारा ऑडियो में मेरी तरफ से कुछ नहीं है, मेरी तरफ से कुछ नहीं है। छोड़ रहे हैं आजा,
वही लगा दूं क्या लोगो?
फिर क्या स्ट्रीम हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है? जस्ट स्क्रीन सिर्फ एक ही शेयर हो रखी है, ये कह रहे हैं
वो
स्क्रीन
हाँ,
दोनों शेयर कर देंगे। जूम से करिए, कहाँ से करिए? यूट्यूब से करिए ना।
ये जूम लग रहा है।
और चलते हैं फिर आगे।
यूट्यूब पे नहीं जाता वो।
जाता है। एक मिनट इस पे क्लिक करिए। इस पे अगर डायरेक्ट यहाँ से करना है तो यूट्यूब पे जाएगा
नहीं, लेकिन फुल स्क्रीन पे ना वो जाता नहीं, फुल स्क्रीन पे वो आएगा नहीं, और सिर्फ ये ओपन होगा। हाँ, ये फुल स्क्रीन हो जाएगा लेकिन यूट्यूब पे नहीं जाएगा। ठीक है, वो कोई
यूट्यूब पे लेके जाना तो चला जाएगा सर।
ठीक है, चलेगा वो।
मैं उनका देखता हूँ।
15 तक हम स्टार्ट कर देंगे अगला ITBC का 12:30 तक।
ये 15 मिनट का है ना, तो वर्कशॉप है ना, सबको बुलाओ।
Done for everyone, that is okay. ऐसा मत करना कि लेट करके no lunch. Very good thought.
Hello, check 1 2 3 4. Hello, check. Hello, check 1 2 3 4. Hello, check 1 2 3 4. Hello, check. Hello, check. These two are outside.
इसे यूज कर लेंगे।
उसके साथ
हेलो हेलो Good afternoon, everyone. Madam, sir, good afternoon. Hope we had a pleasant and hot tea / coffee. And possibly we have left the probably boredom out of the session now.
Hello. Once again, good afternoon, everyone. In this short session, maybe 14 to 15 minutes, I'll try to introduce an in-house innovation center. No issues. I am Navneet, by the way, Department of Mechanical Engineering. We'll introduce I2EDC, which is an in-house innovation center. There is no need.
So you have to make one small announcement. The teachers who are here, but they are with the schools, and students plus waiting. The students are waiting.
But I would like to have as many teachers as possible also.
Actually, so for those teachers, actually the students have been waiting for a long time.
Teachers who are accompanying stores and students, they can leave as the students are waiting for them. And especially for the Sunshine School teacher, your students are waiting for quite a long time.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Navneet, sir.
So here is a small video, about 4 to 5 minutes long. This video is about a program IIT Jammu runs. It's called Invent X, where, of course, the program is for engineering and design students, but we can have similar program for school students as well. This is only a flavor of what students can do in a 1.5 months of time if they have only one thing to do in their life, that is invention. And we receive close to 1,500 applications throughout India, and we shortlist only 30 students throughout India for that residential program in the summer. The video is here.
Good thing about this program is this is the only time in your life when you have only one job to do, that is to work on a single problem for 6 straight weeks. And once they are here, they identify a problem, they work towards solving it, and the solution has to be novel and predictable.
What an inventor is different from the other competitions. From here, the only hope and the belief that we have, we are going to take invention at home, not an innovation, as other competition says. What is the most meaningful thing is learning and how invention takes place, how a real world problem comes into solution with a team, with the dedication, and with the mentor's mentorship.
When I think about what do I expect from what I want to get out from Inventec, I really want to be able to deeply emphasize with the problem and build a solution for it. That is exactly what's happening here in 6 weeks. Their solutions are not just build something that's patentable or something that's novel, but something that is really needed.
What I hope to get out of Inventec is meeting like-minded people and technically sharp people that help me grow. And it's throughout this process, I'm able to build something that I'm proud of and grow as a person and as an engineer that will be a meaningful experience to me.
Innovation in this direction is a great leap. And I'm sure the kids are doing very well. They're very focused, most of them. And some of the ideas have great market fit. It is, they're real world problems. And some of the problems, if they have solutions, and I'm sure the students are doing great in that direction. And I am sure that they will help mitigate those real life problems.
The experience was wonderful. It has been an honor, and I was completely pleased to see all the ideas that the students have come with. The ideas were innovative, out of the box, and most importantly, in such a short span, then to come up with working prototypes was commendable. Was really.
दो बैच कर सकते हैं
Each group has invented such beautiful, amazing, out of the box, wonderful solutions. And we were interacting with all the participants as well. And I must congratulate the team at IIT and the Maker Foundation for encouraging such a wonderful youngsters and their innovative ideas. The beauty is that apart from the invention and the products that have been produced by the children in the class 60, there is also going to be a patent for these products, which I think is absolutely incredible.
I compliment the organizers for such a wonderful initiative. And in 6 weeks, what the students have done is really remarkable. With such kind of programs, the new innovations in India will come up, and many of them will be at their own startups.
Really a fantastic experience here. Since morning we are witnessing some incredible invention. And what's heartening is that the students here are solving for Bharat. They are not imagining problems. These are problems that our current day, farmers, medical practitioners are facing, and they are solving for them. And big kudos to the Maker Foundation team, to IIT Jammu team. It's an enriching experience. It's not that we are here only to serve as a duty, but I'm also learning from these students.
All right, so you might have seen that the participants are from all the nooks and corners of our country, Bharat, right? People from Ahmedabad University, from Tamil Nadu, from Manipur, they all join together and come here, stay with us for about 45 days. Day 0, they have zero experience of what they want to do. Day 45, they file patents. So I take this opportunity to announce school-specific similar program for 15 days. More details will share with school principals or the point of contact as to how to apply, how to register, etc., and what will be the shortlisting and selection mechanism for this summer 2026. 2 weeks, only 2 weeks.
Will it be payable or?
We'll figure that out. For 30 students, the total cost of the program is 60 lakhs. Out of 60 lakhs, 30 lakhs, IIT Jammu not pays, contributes, and 30 lakhs is contributed by Maker Bhavan Foundation, which is a philanthropy organization. This is our team, the student leaders team. They're active 24/7 by 365. Exceptional bunch of guys. Drish, Mitul, Bhavishya, Spars, Bhanu, Ujjwal, Sujal, Anjali, Gaurav, Ovais is also there. These are student leaders. The center has more than 250 students who take care of the center. More than 250 students. So around 1/5 or 1/6 of the entire IIT Jammu BTech student are a part of I2EDC by design in that sense. We have 4 staff members at the moment. Mohammad Israel is office in charge. Namrit and Sahil ji, they are technicians. And Priyanka ji is our outreach head. So Priyanka ji is going to be your point of contact because she has vast experience in outreach. She worked with United Nations. She worked with sports board of JNK. So she knows how to reach out to people, and she knows to read the mindset also, and she knows what is the gap and how the gap can be identified. So Priyanka ji is going to be the point of course I will be there, but the main point of contact for school innovation is going to be Priyanka Manhas. And then these are the final phases, not very important. The important ones are students and staff members. Of course, we have Director Professor Gaud. who is very kind enough to promote innovation and spend more percentage of our central government fund towards innovation activities. This lists down some of the equipment uses and some of the total machine uses. What is not seen here is student hours, what we call man hours. The student hours in 2025, 26, 24, 25 was more than 50,000 hours. So the center is crowded with students. The students always, you go at 2 o'clock, there is a high chance that student will be working. In the morning, by the way, 2 o'clock in the morning. So the center is always buzzing with students. And you can see lots of machines being available in the center. This is a snapshot of various invention and patents. I'll probably show only one video. In fact, I had 2 videos, but I'll show only one video.
I am Akshay Chakkar from Lehman University. The device ensures high quality CPR by reducing effort applied by the user. Every minute without CPR reduces a cardiac arrest victim chance of survival by 7 to 10%. Yet, manual CPR is exhausting and often inconsistent, especially in high stress or low resource systems. And our device solves this. It uses a toggle belt wrench mechanism to amplify user input. It's completely manual yet mechanically assisted, enabling powerful smooth compression with less fatigue. At the heart of the system is a vertically aligned sensor with an integrated force sensor and torque pad. The sensor provides real-time feedback on compression force and rate, helping users stay within the correct rhythm and depth. The platform under the patient stabilizes the device using adjustable weights. Guides keep the motion perfectly aligned, so CPR remains effective even for extended periods.
You need to have a mechanism which goes uniform on that, and otherwise what will happen? The pressure on, whole pressure will go on one side and it will pierce the ribs. So you need to tweak it so that the slider has to be in a way that it is not taking pressure on it, it's only sliding. Theoretically, the pressure should be zero, right? Yes, please see to it. Normally, I would suggest rather than maybe some ball mechanism, because ball is going to apply symmetric load.
The prototype is made using plastic, like 3D printed prototype. So final product will be that, or will you have metal or different to withstand the pressure?
Nylon is carbon fiber, which can sustain our force. Our device is compact, consistent, and reliable, especially for field responders and resource limited environments. This is our contribution to better, more accessible human care.
Right. Do you want to see a second video? If only, then I'll play because the next session is getting delayed. Do you want to see the second video? Perfect.
I'm Varun from NIT Trichy. Hi, I am Khushbu from IIT Jammu. Our invention is a multi-drug injector. One of my friends suffers from severe low blood sugar attacks. He used to carry multiple insulin pens, tablets, and syringes with glucose in them, mixing them manually when needed. This process was time-consuming, cumbersome, and could be dangerous in emergencies. Motivated by struggles, we aim to invent a device that allows a quick and easy way to mix and administer two medicines as and when needed.
After consulting many doctors, we discovered this problem is faced by many doctors in the treatment of various conditions where multiple medicines have to be mixed and administered. Our goal is to create a tool that helps doctors simplify treatment for many medical conditions.
The ratio in which medicines are mixed differs patient to patient and is decided by the expertise of a doctor. Our invention allows doctors to have that flexibility.
Multi-drug injector keeps two medicines separate in two uniquely designed chambers, one inside the other. Two pistons are designed to have channels that control the dose of each medicine, ensuring only the needed amount is dispensed. If two medicines need to be mixed, a specially designed mixing chamber does the job effectively.
Traditional devices to administer many drugs are multi-barrel designs, which are difficult to hold and use. Our invention offers a breakthrough in utility and usability aspects, as it helps a doctor store two medicines separately, mix them evenly with variable ratio when needed. Thank you.
Fantastic. So this is only a flavor of problems starting from scratch. I mean, they have zero idea that they will be developing this. Right? So they brainstorm that what is the gap in the existing, art. वो gap identify करने का 10 days तक वो gap identify करते हैं. And then they will figure out, okay, now what is the solution? How the solution can be novel? How can it be non-obvious? And then once the aspects are covered, they go for prototyping. Test trials, they'll go to the hospitals, they'll figure out, for example, in this particular case, team को पता ही नहीं था कि ये patients use करेंगे या doctors use करेंगे. So doctors informed that नहीं, this is going to be a doctor's tool. And they are very happy in some of the extreme disaster cases, they would like to carry it. ये doctors ने कहा. तो ये the entire program, again, reiterating the fact that we are going to launch a similar school-oriented program for 14 days. It is going to be even more accelerated. लेकिन हम उसे mild tune down करेंगे. इतनी rigorous training शायद नहीं हो पाएगी. But we'll make the students in 1 week, we'll ask them to identify a problem without knowing the solution or without devising or without even thinking about solution. जब तक हमारे students को problem identify करना नहीं आएगा, वो develop नहीं हो सकते. इसके लिए हम लोग design thinking course करते हैं. In the design thinking course, 200-300 plus students को हम लोग train करते हैं कि problem ढूंढो. Don't think about solutions. Unfortunately, engineers have been trained to think for solutions. लेकिन वही mindset हमें बदलना है, madam. Right. So I'll conclude this now by having some program highlights जो हम school students and school teachers के लिए करते हैं और करना चाहते हैं और ज़्यादा pace से. Seed is a 1-day program only for students. ये सिर्फ स्टूडेंट्स के लिए है at a nominal rate of 1,000 rupees. QR code lands you to the brochure of the seed. Duration 1 day, certification tailored, 3D printer, laser cut, hands-on training देंगे. Leap is a 2 days student-centric program only for students. 2 days. Laser cut hands-on plus IoT kit. Now ये IoT kit इसमें add हो जाएगा second day में. Forge is 3 days student program, only for students. These are only for students. The total fee goes to about 5,000 rupees. लेकिन अब वो project भी करेंगे और उनको critical thinking से train भी किया जाएगा. This is only for students again. Pre-incubation grant अभी 2 मिनट में आएंगे उस पे. Ignite is 2 days teachers program. ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ teachers के लिए है. Only for teachers, no students. Again, ये बहुत accelerated होने वाला है. 2 days program. Now we have 2 more programs, 7 days robotic program. ये 7 days के लिए होगा. तो 7 days अगर आपके स्कूल के स्टूडेंट्स इंटरेस्टेड हैं सर और मैडम, तो आप स्टूडेंट्स को भेजिए, अटेंडेंस माफ कर दीजिए, लर्निंग एक्स्ट्रा सेशन करा देंगे हम, वो आए और क्रिएटिव वर्क करें. पर स्टूडेंट, यस, क्योंकि रोबोट बनाने में ही 20,000 लग जाएगा मैडम, तो वो रॉ मटेरियल खरीदने में ही 20,000 हमें लग जाएगा. एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम स्क्रैच बच्चा जानेगा. अगर आप यहां रख सकते हैं तो वेल एंड गुड, अगर दिल्ली कम्यूट कर सकते हैं तो वी डोंट हैव एनी प्रॉब्लम. ये रेसिडेंशियल प्रोग्राम भी हो सकता है. ये मैडम आप स्कूल डिसाइड करेंगे whether school can send 10 students, let's suppose. Everything is included. Everything. Sensor cost, manufacturing cost, machine charge, consumable charge, 3D printing material charge, everything is included here.
But sir, Niti Yog, for this ATL, it says 5,000 per month you can spend, not beyond 5,000. And we cannot club
Sir, ये तो हमें अभी नहीं मालूम. मैं बस ऑफर कर रहा हूं आपको कि अगर आपको अपने स्टूडेंट्स को रोबोटिक ओरिएंटेड रिगरस ट्रेनिंग देनी है तो आईआईटी दे सकती है. We'll figure it out. This is even more advanced program, 45,000 rupees per student. ये स्क्रैच से ड्रोन बनाएंगे, ड्रोन स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम स्क्रैच. स्टूडेंट्स एग्री करते हैं, वेल एंड गुड. एग्री नहीं करते हैं, कोई बात नहीं. There are many engineering students जो इस प्रोग्राम को इनरोल करने के लिए तैयार हैं और हम उनको ट्रेन करते हैं, right? Absolutely focused on drone technology. ये एक लास्ट प्रोग्राम है हमारा, प्री इंक्यूबेशन प्रोग्राम, जहां पे बच्चों को आइडियाज और प्रोटोटाइप पे हम फंडिंग सपोर्ट देते हैं. अगर बच्चों का आइडियाज बहुत अच्छा है तो वी कैन गिव फंडिंग सपोर्ट अप टू 3 lakh rupees if the idea is excellent, right? So this is again a pre incubation program. Students, some of the students जो इस प्रोग्राम में आते हैं वो इस पे इनरोल हो जाते हैं. Here also some of the students प्रोग्राम में ट्रेन होते हैं, आइडियाज उनके बहुत अच्छे आते हैं, हम उन्हें फंडिंग सपोर्ट देते हैं. And even for the forge. For each program we have decided that we can't go for more than 30. नहीं तो फिर हमारा प्रोग्राम ओरिएंटेशन डाइल्यूट हो जाता है. We can't focus on each and every student. So 30 in one batch is the limit which we have. That's our last program. This. बेटा वो तो आप बताएंगे ना, आप बताइए.
You have decided for 30 batch, then that 30 students batch you'll be figuring it out. Like now we are holding it 6 to 8 for 11 12.
That you have to tell us, no मैडम, कि क्या आपके बच्चे ड्रोन बनाना के लिए रेडी हैं, राइट? क्या आपके बच्चे रोबोट बनाने के लिए रेडी हैं? ये तो आप बताएंगे ना मैडम.
Ask all about exposure. If you give right exposure at right time, even a class 3 child will also respond. And second thing is like funding also.
We would encourage that the student is not below 7th. Right, correct, na madam? Because then you know, the student must be having some understanding of some sensor, some LEDs, etc. +2 and beyond.
There is one more problem here. The schools cannot charge money for this ATL or it is schools, and NITIO, Government of India says 5,000 per month. 60,000 we are going to give you. So can you hold classes for us?
See, again, as I told you, financially it doesn't make sense to us because every drone itself will take us 30,000 rupees. Every robot itself will take us 20,000 rupees from our packet, right? So this is the minimum raw material cost. Right?
For those students.
So this is just an offer from IIT Jammu side, from our innovation center. Whoever parents or school, if the school has identified 10 outstanding students, if the school believes that ये 10 outstanding student हमारे school के का नाम रोशन करने वाले हैं, if the school decides, can we provide better opportunity to those students? We are welcome to train further.
On this ground, EPL. Please bend.
Sir, ये हम नहीं कह सकते. Right. ये हम नहीं कह सकते. A school, it is totally up to the school how the school wants to figure it out. Right.
From my school, they opt for the program. So, what is the expected time, for which they will be coming over here? Like, it will be from 9 to 4 or 9?
Entire day.
Entire day?
Yes.
Like again, then it's day, like it is, they are ending up to 5 or like what?
Entire day. अगर वो residence में है तो फिर वो रात में भी काम करेंगे. Without residence. Not very different. Yeah, plus minus 2,000, 3,000, that's all. Right. So it is up to for our Inventex program, the students are absolutely with us. They work in the night mostly. So that's all from the Innovation Center side. We have various programs, 1 day program, 2 days program, 2-day teachers program, 3 days program, and 7 days absolutely focused on robotics and drone technology. We also offer one more program. एक program और offer करते हैं जो यहाँ पे नहीं दिखा. The program name is What You Want. तो आप जो चाहेंगे वो प्रोग्राम हम कर देंगे, हम टेलर कर देंगे. आपने बताना होगा कि आपने अपने बच्चों को क्या सिखाना है.
They are reaching to our school, they are charging 2,500 rupees, and then we are getting children up to the strength of 30, 50. Like people from there, they come to us and they train our children for a day. Like, why not our own IIT? Like we have more connection with IIT Jammu also, and then like instead of that's what my initial request was also there. Like we'll be welcoming, like in case if I am in a position to provide 50 children from my school for a workshop, and that too in summer break, when children they are.
Madam, this is absolutely different than what other IITs are doing. This is absolutely different. ये workshop का नहीं है ये. This is not a workshop, madam. This is a skill development, hands-on learning, right? वो school visit हम कर लेंगे. हम करते ही हैं. Right.
This is something which we are actually looking for.
Right.
Sending our children, like, but for the most, how much children will coming up? 4 or 5 for that huge price. We simply from schools and we want to ensure no child lags behind just because of funds only. So,
Madam, again, as an educator, I can't answer this question because I am absolutely sure that the Gaussian distribution will tell us that 10% से ज़्यादा बच्चे नहीं ट्रेन हो पाएंगे इसमें, right? You will be आप हमें बताओ कि आप कौन से बच्चों को सेंड करना चाहते हैं. This you have to tell us. Plus, अगर कोई पेरेंट कहते हैं कि क्या आप हमारे बच्चों को ट्रेन कर पाएंगे without informing the school, right? तो करेक्ट ना, तो हम उनको भी अलाउ कर सकते हैं, हमें कोई इशू नहीं है, right? At the end of the day, we want students who are willing, right, to get themselves trained. Either वो पेरेंट साइड से आए या मिनिस्ट्री साइड से आए या स्कूल साइड से आए या एलजी साहब के साइड से आए, we don't mind, right? We have the resources.
Then how to collaborate with these schools in that case? That's why I has to do.
Meaning?
जब हमारे बच्चे हम 30 students का batch तो we can't create with the amount of 32 to 6,000. Then how to collaborate with 4-5 schools and then save the.
मैडम ये शायद आप अभी बोल रहे हैं. Let us think in a cool mindset. We'll go back to our homes. We'll evaluate what is on the table. We'll talk to more other people. We meaning you. We'll talk to other people also. That is it worth doing or not? Right?
The drone they prepare, they carry back with them.
Yes. So that's the charge. The robot they will create, they will carry them back. The IoT and kits they will prepare, they will carry them back.
देखिए मेरे 30 बच्चे सपोज कहीं इंटरेस्टेड हैं किसी प्रोग्राम के लिए, आई एम जस्ट पुटिंग अप एन ऑफर. अगर मेरे 30 बच्चे इंटरेस्टेड हैं एंड दे आर रेडी टू पे लेट्स से 5,000 फी, आपकी कोर्स की फी 10,000 है, 5,000 एज अ मैनेजमेंट मैं देना चाह रही हूँ, लाइक फॉर ईच चाइल्ड. सो दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच इज कमिंग इन बिटवीन ना, लाइक लेकिन 30 बच्चे जो यहाँ ट्रेवल कर रहे हैं हर रोज, हमारा एक हल्का सा लूप होल इतना है, क्या कोई ऐसा मैकेनिज्म है, you are getting the full money, but instead of our children coming over here, because 7th का बच्चा, 8th का बच्चा,
हम नहीं जा सकते.
अब नहीं आता.
No, that's not possible because we are in conversation with the JK government to create 20 mobile vans. जब तक वो नहीं होता मैडम, तब तक, और मोबाइल वैन्स में भी हम कितनी फैसिलिटी ले जाएंगे, राइट? मोबाइल वैन्स में भी
because going somewhere, how to carry the lab?
Exactly.
How they are going to get exposure?
We are having like a solution here also, like one, like we.
No, that we can discuss later on. Otherwise,
Correct. The
Security as partners make that our institution to motivate the student. This, I think, this will also.
Madam, motivation is all good.
That is okay.
Right?
No, that is okay.
Yeah. That correct. So motivation is all fine, but I think we have had enough of conversation, enough of discussion, enough of lectures. I would request that it is time to start training the student. हाँ, ठीक है, high end training नहीं हो सकती है, but you still have options for 1 day training, you still have option for 2 days training, and you have option for 3 days training. This option is also there, by the way. बहुत कम ऐसे बच्चे होंगे जो रोबोटिक्स और ड्रोन पे इतना ज्यादा फोकस्ड होंगे कि स्कूल या पेरेंट्स उसको सपोर्ट करने में आगे आएंगे, राइट? बट दैट फ्रैक्शन इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी स्मॉल, आई नो, राइट? बट इसीलिए जो बाकी 3 प्रोग्राम हैं, मैडम एंड ऑल सर हियर, दीज आर फोकस्ड, बट स्टिल द बैच कैन नॉट बी मोर देन 30, क्योंकि हमारा डिलीवरी डाइल्यूट हो जाता है मैडम. हर स्टूडेंट पे फोकस करना है, वी कांट हैव मोर देन 30 स्टूडेंट्स, राइट? सो this is introduction to in-house innovation center. Our center is open for students. The center has been continuously used by APS Ratnichak schools for Smart India hackathons, for various other hackathons. Many Nagrota, KV Nagrota, many students have come. They sit in the lab for long hours. They create their products. We thought, why not launch a program for them? Thank you. Sorry, I don't delay this.
Thank you so much, sir. We'll now resume the program with our first panel discussion, Infrastructure and Equity. I invite Professor Anurag Mishra from Department of Civil Engineering to kindly join us on the stage. Please. Thank you, sir. After that, I would like to invite Mr. Rahul Kumar Sachin, DDG of Security and Technology, Jammu and Kashmir, Department of Telecommunications. Sir, please join us. After that, I would like to invite Dr. Ankit Dubey to kindly take the moderator seat. And we also have a student representative with us, Aryan Singh from 3rd year BTech MNC. And as this is Principal's Conclave, we have Mr. Arvind Mahajan, Principal of Springdale's English School, Katwa. Sir, please come on the stage.
Inform him.
Sir, we did actually.
We waited and then.
Washroom down, most likely. Washroom.
Okay, I now request the moderator to kindly take the discussion forward. Sir.
Thank you.
Sir, your good name? Uh,
I am Minish Gulati from Udhampur, Jammu.
okay, Minish Gulati, sir, from Udhampur. A huge round of applause from him as well. Thank you.
Then I think yes. Hello, please come. Yes. Okay, so I think we can start the session. Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. We are here to start our panel discussion, and the topic that we have selected today is about the infrastructure. It is very basic, but it's very important to discuss about the infrastructure. When I say infrastructure, I'm talking about physical infrastructure like buildings and other devices, labs. I'm also talking about digital infrastructure. And not only that, to support those physical infrastructure, digital infrastructure, you need human power as well. So with this, we will start our panel discussion. And we have also added one more component, which is equity in the education. Equality and equity. So how you are going to distribute resources optimally, like who needs what, instead of giving same thing to everyone. So this is the thematic area that we are going to discuss. So to start with, I would like to request the panelists to just briefly introduce themselves in just 30 seconds each. So we can start from here.
A very warm good afternoon to each one of you. I am Arvind Mahajan, Chairman and Managing Director at Springdale's English School, Kathua. It's an ATL school, and I have 15 years of corporate HR experience in companies like Bharat Petroleum, Narayana Hospital as HR head, and then IIM Jammu as administrative officer. I have joined 2 years back in the school. Thank you.
Happy afternoon, everybody. I am Minish Gulati from Happy Model Experiential Learning School at Udhampur. Other than my school experience, I am part of H.C. Verma sir's group, Anveshika group. We run experiential learning lab of physics, learning through experiences. I would like to contribute in this session.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I am Anurag Mishra. I'm professor in civil engineering department at IIT Jammu and also Dean Infrastructure at IIT Jammu.
Good afternoon to all. I'm Rahul Kumar Sachan. I'm Deputy Director General in Department of Telecommunication, looking after the technology and security aspects. So in technology, we are basically looking after the dissemination of the how to basically efficiently we could roll out the telecom infrastructure. And from security aspect, I have to see basically how much secure I can make my telecom infrastructure so that it can't be misused. Thank you.
So, hello everyone. First, I want to extend my warm welcome to all of you. I am Aryan Singh from third year BTech student Mathematics and Computing, and I am here to represent the student point of view in this topic. So, thank you.
I think you can keep the mic. So, okay, so let's start with the academic perspective. So I request Professor Misra to start this panel discussion. So the main question that I would like to ask you is like, how is the idea of infrastructure changing from just building to institutional support? Like what kind of changes you are observing and what is your take on that?
Okay. I think this question is right answered if you move around the IIT Jammu campus. In fact, some of our colleagues who travel from the older IITs, even they feel that when you are developing a new institute or developing the infrastructure for the stakeholders, that is teachers and the students, right? What are the main things which are required? So when you are developing an infrastructure, obviously you have to figure out that what is the requirement. Many times that part is left to the architects, and maybe some good buildings come, but we have to look at the functionality whenever we are going to have the infrastructure development. As I said, there are two stakeholders, teachers and students, and how whatever infrastructure is developed, how it is going to revolve around them and serve them better. I'll take few examples from this system because whatever good, bad happens here, we have part of that. So there's many things we are learning, committing mistake and learning. So when we are planning the infrastructure, many times we forget about how this is going to be sustainable for long term. And it is not that IIT has got funding, so we create the infrastructure, which is right energy guzzlers, and because we don't have problem in paying, so it is okay. That is not a right attitude. This is the time changing very fast, and maybe 2026, this is something we have to look at how sustainable our infrastructure development is going to be. And that is what we should keep everywhere when we are developing. I'm talking about the physical infrastructure. So earlier, it used to be a building, architects gives a plan, building gets ready, and majority of the investment was on part of the physical infrastructure, I mean in terms of building. But these days it is changing. The lots of input is going towards the energy conservation, and the MEP budget is also becoming a substantial part, which used to be about 10 to 15%. Now it is reaching to 40%, 35 to 40%. And optimizing it the best way is saving the resources, and as well as it is helping the environment. For example, we have all these buildings air conditioned, and fortunately we have made our new hostels also air conditioned, right? So it looks that quite a lot of energy requirement. And how we played, we do not have a separate plant for hostels, right? So we have one plant, and we have made it in a way that it serves the institutional building during the day, and the same plant we divert during the night in the evening time to the hostel. So students are not using, maybe in summers we allow them on Saturday because the load is less here, right? So that is how we are increasing the efficiency of the system, and made the both the places air conditioned, and we are going to continue this in our phase B development. Also, like, because this is a residential campus, so we have quite a lot of water challenge. So if you see that PHED can't supply this water requirement to what we are going to have in next couple of years. So we have our own water supply conservation system. People were asking many times, where is your recharge system? So we have created already one water body. One more water body we are creating, which is going to look beautiful in time to come, and also going to be used for the water supply system. So we have created the water supply system within whatever we were supposed to do, so that the water dependency on the PHED goes down to as low as possible. So we are happy saying that I won't say that right now we are going to become self-sufficient on water, but yes, we are going to reduce the load drastically from there. Then comes the solar, which is becoming almost an integral part, which was not there in Jammu and Kashmir some times back, because I remember 5 years back, they were planning something that how do we do on some of the government buildings here. So by that time, it was initial stage, this building was not there. So we started with 500 kilowatts of solar power in the older building. And now we are extending it to almost our full capacity. This whole HVAC plant, we have already decided how we are going to do. It is going to run on solar power. So all air conditioning and heating is going to be free of the power consumption from the regular supplies, or you can say we are now going completely to renewable energy. So these are few aspects, and one more, yes, that is the sewage treatment plant. So when this IIT came up, obviously architects suggested something, and they had two small sewage treatment plant in the old campus, or the transit campus near the gate. And they are on an MBBR technology, which is normally used in institutions like that, majority of them. And after we were discussing for this phase development, we started thinking, how can we avoid that? It is huge energy and not very environmental friendly, because and treatment is required. So how can we do that? And then we move towards the technologies available around the globe, and we could pick up. And now all the infrastructure you are seeing in IIT Jammu, its sewage treatment is without one unit of electricity. It is all on a very innovative bacterial based. That's the company we picked up. But we are not stopping here. I said, but they can develop the bacteria. Why not civil engineering department should do that? And I'm very happy to say that our colleagues from environmental engineering department, and I was constantly pressing that I need a solution in-house, and they have developed something wonderful. It takes lesser time than what it was available already in the market. And we are going to implement. We are trying on one of the existing plants, replacing that technology, so that that also gradually becomes without power. So these are some of the, you can say, points which we should connect towards developing a sustainable infrastructure.
So if I would like to summarize, so infrastructure, when you are going to think about infrastructure in your school, it should not be a very conventional approach. You can give it a little bit twist. Invention, innovation should come while you are developing your infrastructure. Because IIT Jammu has already developed such infrastructure, so my next question to Professor Mishra again is, and you were part of the earlier discussion as well. So let's say if I talk about hub and spoke model, so let's say IIT Jammu act as a hub and schools are connected with spoke. So what do you think, like how we can provide trainings to teachers and how we can develop skill? Like what could be the way to propagate this learning that we have done while building our infrastructure to the schools?
Right. Again, it is in the mindset. And I'm very happy the director from the very beginning has been focusing on that. And I'm very particular on that whatever we research I do or we do, right, it has to have some meaning. It's good that we do fundamental research also, but we should focus on translational research, that it should go to somewhere to be used. And that is what one thing which actually keeps us apart from the other IITs, that our research focus is very much on the translation from laboratory to the field. For example, you are aware that we are doing quite a lot of projects with the Indian Army, solving their very niche to general problems, where they were spending thousands of dollars for small jobs, and now they are done in maybe a couple of thousand rupees. So that kind of, whether it is materials research, developing a technology, but it should go somewhere. The example I gave, if we are successful in developing a treatment technology, that could be translated to other place. We don't want to keep it here only, right? So these are the things which we are thinking of taking it forward to benefit the industry and society at large. as far as school children are concerned, and that is also quite close to my heart, that when the students are coming to IIT, they are exposed to this environment, going to the lab. So out of a batch, even few of them, if it goes deep into their mind, something which they want to carry later on, that is what the impact we want to create. I have seen this kind of culture outside India quite prevalent. Both the places, I've seen people coming to the lab just for taking an exposure, not doing anything, just doing some hands-on and taking an exposure. And that in the formative minds, when changes the thinking of the kids, that is how they are able to produce much better industry connect of the technology as far as we are concerned. So that's a continuous process we should go on. We keep on doing the outreach to the teachers, whatever experiences we have, we can share with them. For example, I don't know how many schools are having some projects as part of their curriculum. Are there? Even at 12th level, right? So if you have a project in your curriculum, so how should that project be envisaged and guided, right? That is one thing I think teachers should interact with the faculty here, that how should it be? It should be envisaged and then supervised rather than giving a topic and going. So that kind of interaction, even if it is small, it is more of giving an exposure and you can say a big canvas where some writing could be done.
Yes. Okay, thank you, sir. So basically, when Professor Misra is talking about projects, so he's talking about giving some real problems where they can apply their learning and solve some real problem, rather than going to lab and doing step-by-step method to execute some experiment. Let them think, let them be critical. So yeah. So we have basically we have a segment for Q&A from the principals as well. So let's complete our discussion from the other stakeholders, and then I will take your questions one by one. Yeah. So now, thank you, sir, for putting the academic view for this. So now my question is with the real user who are on the ground, so principals from the schools. So you have infrastructure in your school, you have digital infrastructure along with labs and other equipments. So what is the biggest problem that you face? So I think we can go one by one, and yes, so we can start.
You can start from that order.
Sir, thank you. As far as sir has talked in detail about the physical infrastructure, but what we as a school feel is that the outcome of a school is not just dependent on infrastructure. The school may have the best of the building, but are the schools with best of the building producing academic excellence? No. So a child measures the school not from the infrastructure, but whether he is being seen, whether he is being acknowledged, whether he is being supported, whether he is being encouraged, and whether he belongs there. So as far as challenges that you have talked is, like in digital infrastructure, when we use IFPs, so the students may not be very they may not engage well in the program. But what we have tried to do is we have introduced one UI UX for web design program from Wusong University, South Korea, wherein the students studied live sessions from South Korean professors. It was very engaging. It was through all, everything was taught through gamification and a lot of quizzes, lot of assignments, and they worked on live projects. So they built a website out of that course. This happened in January 2026 only. And the students, 5 students made their websites out of that. So that is one thing how we have overcome that challenge of engagement. As far as human infrastructure is concerned, I think the teachers are the best mentors and best infrastructure that a school can have. Like hospitals cannot work without doctors. If machines are there, doctors are not there, hospital is useless. Similarly, teachers are all, not there, then school is also useless. So the kind of uh, input given by the teacher is also very relevant. And here the problem that we faced was about mentorship, that whether every child gets the mentorship of the teachers. So we have developed a counseling as a culture in our school, and every student is evaluated on their strengths and weaknesses and given the kind of direction based on their strengths and weaknesses. So we have collaborated with careers12.com, and we have created like guest lectures every month from institutes like IIT has come, IIM Jammu has come, the students have come and mentored us, Bennett University has come. So they are mentoring us and telling us that what kind of exposure is needed. The students get trained on design, on other aspects, and that is how they are learning. Thank you.
Right, I agree with you, sir, that the human resource development is the key part of a school system. Together, as we are here, and we are also talking about equity, what I would say is that it is important that at least the schools that are present here today do some kind of a networking amongst themselves. Each school has certain niche strength areas. That is the area. Now, as you mentioned, you are inviting some universities from South Korea to train your students. Now, your students are trained in a particular way. Maybe you take a lead in that, and amongst the networked schools, we share our resources. That is where the equity would come in. Equity in terms of the strengths that I have as a school. For example, I have a strength in developing physics resources and demonstrating physics, how it should be taught, so that it's really ingrained deeply in the mind. Similarly, your school has certain strength areas. Sir's school has many other strength areas. It's important that we showcase our strength to the world, but it's more important that we share these strengths with other fellow schools. That is where the equity comes in, and that is how we as a state and as a country would be able to develop. The vision of 2047 would be achieved by inter-school collaborations. My students getting an opportunity to visit other school students getting an opportunity to visit us. This kind of a networking has suffered so far in Jammu and Kashmir, but through IIT Jammu as leading a core institutional support system, this is, I think, a great contribution that IIT Jammu can create, where it helps to build up the networks, where each school can benefit from each other as well as benefit from IIT Jammu's strength. That's how I think that the equity aspect can be looked at.
Yeah, thank you, Principal. So basically, what I believe is you are talking about equity, like instead of equality, like having the same infrastructure at every schools. Okay, one school has good lead on physics or let's say physical based system, and one is having like UI UX. So you can collaborate, you can transfer the knowledge, you can focus on one area, so that will help you to touch upon all the areas. But it should not be like, okay, you all have 10%, but like one is going 100% on one is going 100% on other. So this is how we can bring in equity, or we can manage this gap between the students who are coming from different background, or the schools, those who are at different places and they are having different fundings or different strength. So this is how we can take it up. So yeah, thank you so much for your insights. So basically here we were talking about the communication, or maybe we are sharing our knowledge by visiting, by going to the other place or coming to the other place. But when we talk about digital infrastructure, it is all about internet connectivity. So devices are communicating to other devices, although it is getting initiated by human to human interaction is happening with the help of digital infrastructure. So my question from the telecom department, Mr. Rahul, is like what kind of infrastructures are being developed for, especially for Jammu and Kashmir region, so that we can bridge this digital gap? Like there are lots of places where internet connectivity is very poor. So what is the take of the telecom, or what are their future plans, like policies and?
Thank you. So if I start regarding digital infra, first I'd like to tell what is the difference between J&K with most of the rest of the India. So as far as J&K is concerned, the biggest problem is the tough terrain and far-flung areas. So definitely laying an optical fiber cable poses a big challenge. And I can tell you ki if you aspire to get a high-speed internet connectivity, a high-speed information gateway, then definitely optical fiber is a necessity. In fact, I'll discuss some of the practical experiences that I've felt here. In early 2000, I can recall that there was a connectivity between Jammu and Srinagar was limited to the main cable which was laid along the Jammu-Srinagar National Highway. At that moment of time, even a single cut in that cable, ultimately it was resulting the isolation of the complete Kashmir Valley from the rest of the India. So there came the question of the alternate connectivities. In a plain area, I could have got several roads through which I've laid the alternate cables, so as to basically I can sustain in my network with our 1 or 2 cuts also. So the second connectivity that ultimately we checked at that moment of time was through Mughal Road. Luckily, I think in 2012 or 13, the Mughal Road got commissioned. And then we laid one more cable from Jammu to Rajouri to ultimately Herpura, Sopian and Srinagar. So we got one more alternate connectivity. So now you can appreciate that at least I could sustain single cut in any of the cable.
Okay.
Then we went for the survey of the third cable. The third cable was ultimately surveyed from Kishtwar to Anantnag. So from here you can say Jammu to Doda, Doda to Kishtwar, then Kishtwar to Anantnag, and Anantnag to Srinagar. So right now we are operating into 3 different routes. So the biggest challenge as of now is basically to get good, viable alternate roads. As far as Jammu Kishtwar, I'm saying Kishtwar, rather Kishtwar Anantnag route, if I talk about, around 80-90 kilometer till Daksum from Kishtwar. Almost it's a no man's land. So basically, even a single cut will result rectification of the cable. It will take a longer time. I can share my experience again during these last year, when flood came. Even after having 3 different routes with me, Kashmir Valley was completely cut off from rest of India for around 24 hours. So that is the first aspect. If I talk about the digital connectivity, in fact, then there will be 2 things. One is the connectivity part, and another is the content part.
Yes.
So right now, both the principals were in fact discussing about the sharing of infra, sharing of resources. What best you could go through the digital infra. Suppose you have created a good content. You can basically keep the good content at a central place. And every of your college is connected with the information highway, basically, which is having sufficient good connectivity, so that you can basically go through that content. So you can think of, by just creating one good content, I can say lakhs of students will be getting benefited through single content, which definitely you can't get with the physical manpower, whatever good teacher you might be having. So sharing becomes very important, and there the telecom plays a very important role. The second thing that comes is basically what I was saying, to reach the last mile. Right now, I was discussing about the broad connectivity. Now we have to discuss about the last mile connectivity also. Suppose one of my school is situated at Akhnur, the second might be situated at Kishtwar. How they are going to be connected? There comes the role. In fact, I was discussing about our BharatNet project, where we are connecting all the Gram Panchayats with 4G connectivity, with optical fiber connectivity. So that means there are 2 aspects. First of all, I am having the backbone connectivity with me, which will be connecting my longer, what I can say, big cities, like from Jammu to Srinagar, Srinagar to Leh. And the second thing, from where we have to get the incremental fibers to the different Gram Panchayats. Again, here the most important thing becomes is the ring topology. I think some of you might be knowing about the ring thing. What happens in this case? Suppose I have to connect a place X to Y. In normal case, I'll simply lay a cable from place X to place Y. But the problem with laying single cable will be that even a single cut will ultimately result into isolation of place Y. So what I have planned again here, that ultimately X to Y connectivity will be done through two different paths, so that at least one could I can easily sustain. The longer perspective in this regard will be that ultimately I can keep basically minimizing my ring topology. That means earlier it used to be O type structure, then I'll make a A type of structure. In A type of structure, I can sustain with two cuts. So there comes the question of reliability, how much reliable telecom infrastructure I could provide. So I'll sum up two things here. One is the connectivity part that I discussed, and the second is the content part. So once connectivity is robust, is reliable, definitely, and you could plan to create good contents and start sharing those contents.
Thank you, sir. So if in a gist, I would like to summarize what sir has said is, so to improve the reliability to the connectivity to the last mile or to schools, they have opted for diversity. That means if one path is broken, then they can still provide connectivity from the other path. So this is how they are actually shaping the infrastructure for communication in the valley, because wireless communication is a very big problem in such terrain. So going through fiber, but still here landslide and this heavy rains, these are again a problem for infrastructure like fiber. So they are relying on Wi-Fi or wireless connectivity and the wired connection as well. So thank you for highlighting this for this particular reason. So yeah,
because you discussed about the wireless communication.
yes,
In fact, wireless communication will be a good alternative for the last mile connectivity also.
yes.
But wireless connection has the bandwidth problem. You can't go beyond the, you will be getting very limited bandwidth.
Yes.
So that's why we can think of a backup to a particular school with the wireless connectivity.
Yes, yes.
But as far as backbone connectivity is concerned, optical fiber
Optical
as of
fiber is
now
the
is the
best.
only solution.
Yes.
And that's why we have to basically find the alternate path so that we can provide a good wireline. In fact, I must say good optical
Optical.
fiber connectivity between the two main cities or two main regions.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, sir. So that also takes lots of planning, because let's say you are laying two cables and let's say if you are laying them together in the same physical location. So if the chances of breakage of that cable is there, then both the cables will break. So they'll have to find the places from where they can lay down the cable such that if one breaks down, then one should remain intact. Physically, they should be separated. So they need to find out the optimal route and all. Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for your views on that. I would like to now take the view from our student Aryan. Uh, let's say in the infrastructure, like old infrastructure, or you have seen your schooling, you have come for the graduation here. What do you think, like, what was the problem, like in terms of the resources or in terms of getting the chances? So what you would like to improve upon?
So, so there are two things that first, I came from very small town in Bihar, and in my school around the computer lab was not really that good, and it is the problem of whole India. I think 50% of the Indian schools lack the computer lab as a. So this is the one of the major problems. Second is career guidance. If someone guides you that what you have to do, so schools somehow should set up so that they can guide the students to so what they can do in future and tell them. And actually, this is very important because around 10th or 11th, I know about the IIT. And if my teacher doesn't told me that IIT is a thing where you go and if the great engineers became from the IIT, then I would not be able to come here. So career guidance is very important. And other things are also, so infrastructure is actually very important for the study. If you give the books only to the एक पर्सन ने मुझसे सवाल पूछा था कि अगर सेम तरह की किताबें अगर दो लोगों को दे दी जाए तो क्या वो काफ़ी है आगे बढ़ने के लिए? तो नहीं है, क्योंकि हो सकता है उसके पास पढ़ने का समय नहीं हो सकता है उसे पढ़ाने वाला कोई नहीं हो. सो इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट कि ये सब चीज़ें हों.
So student has rightly pointed out the parity that student face when they are at different tiers. Like, let's say I'm in tier 1 city, I'm getting different infrastructure, different exposure. If you keep on coming down, you are reaching to villages, you have limited resources. So this is one of the major problem. So here I think spoke and hub model, or let's say clubbing the infrastructure with certain schools would be better option. So I have just one more question for you. So let's say if you want the changes in classroom, the school classroom, so what do you want to change in the classroom?
So मतलब classroom में it's enough students and teachers हैं, they can learn, but students should know to how to apply moral values. Like in other countries, अगर आप जापान या कोरिया इनके learning models देखेंगे, तो they students clean the classroom themselves to know the moral values like that. और मतलब और भी चीज़ होनी चाहिए, जैसे वोकेशनल ट्रेनिंग होती है, जैसे जर्मनी या और ऐसी जगह पे जहाँ पे हैंड्स ऑन होता है, या चार मतलब इंडस्ट्रियल एक्सपीरियंस होता है. सो वो एक साइन करते हैं कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इंडस्ट्रीज के साथ, एंड 10th के बाद ही लोग उस पर काम करते हैं. सो ये बहुत अच्छा लर्निंग मॉडल है, बिकॉज मतलब डिग्री इज नॉट इक्वल टू एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी, सो यू शुड लर्न स्किल्स ऑल्सो.
Okay, thank you for your honest thoughts. So they remind us like why this discussion matters. So now this floor is open for all. So yes, please. So.
We were talking about the infrastructure because it was becoming too long, so I kept it short. When we talked about the digital infrastructure, I don't know, these days, these things have become very affordable. So maybe the classrooms may have a kind of projector and something necessarily, if not all, at least few. And COVID taught us, like during the COVID, even no one was in the campus as far as the students were concerned. Classes went on, right? We created, like many teachers delivered from home, but we were doing the lecturing from the classroom. And how? Because this Wacom came only during COVID, and then we decided that we will be keeping it all in all the classroom. This Wacom just turned 180 degrees, and you were facing the projector for delivering the lecture. So if every school has got, if not all, at least one or two such classroom which are connected, which could be connected to the outside world, maybe we can share the resources in a better way. He rightly pointed out career guidance. I don't know, in Jammu, the schools may be taking more proactive steps to do that. But far-flung areas, it is usually not there. So if even one of the schools in the cluster or two of the schools in the clusters have that, maybe some counseling sessions, career guidance, or what is on offer these days in the world, that could be given a kind of with the right advice, and that could prove to be a very good resource sharing system, just by adding to the infrastructure.
That's nice. Yes, yes.
I think three of you talked about career guidance, and sir also talked. And you talked that tier 3 cities would have lesser resources. And as he pointed out, that tier 3 also can have resources. And I would like to share a few examples. Like Lokpal of India conducted one competition in this January. And out of 4 students in essay and slogan across India, 2 were from our school, which is a tier 4 school located at a village Changara in Kathua. We have 99.99 percentile student sitting at IIT Bombay doing BTech. And we have state board toppers. We have career guidance platform available with us because of our collaboration with careers12.com, and they are providing us psychometric testing and all those things at a remote level. So I think today we cannot say that tier 3 or tier 4 are lesser than tier 1. But it all depends how you get collaborated. Like today we are here, we feel grateful that we have opportunities like Pragyaan. Last year also our students participated, 5 of our students showcased. Today, one of our students got selected in as a ZAP show project in IIT Jammu today. So I think these are the opportunities which you as an institutions are also giving us in the nearby, and we have to take advantage of these opportunities. And I think with the opportunities available and if you are able to encash that, I think there is no bar that you are sitting in a tier 3 or tier 4 and that is why you may not have the access to resources.
Thank you so much. I completely second you. So basically, here comes the equality versus equity. So basically, what you are doing is you are providing what is necessary for a particular school, or for this particular, let's say tier 4, what is the requirement. So you are tailoring instead of trying to create similar facility across the schools or across the cities. Okay, so I think we can go ahead with your questions, please.
Most of the questions have been answered, but still one doubt is there. So, good afternoon, everybody. Myself, Ramesh Dogra from Sainik School, Nagrota. Once again with you. In this session, we have gone through very important logics, but one question is still tingling in my mind. We have got the 3 blocks. One is the knowledge of this ATL making projects, robots, which we are talking about, machines which we are creating, that knowledge. Other is the student block, and the third one is the mentor or a teacher. So we want to pass on this knowledge to the student. There is a huge gap. Who will teach us? Duties are given in the schools. You will perform ETL in charge. You will perform that. But who is going to teach him? Because this C++ language has come just now. We need your cooperation, this IIT cooperation. The price, the list which you are mentioning about here, the courses per student, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, this help should be given by the government of India, this education or HRD, free of cost. And this money should come to you automatically. Then only this can help. Otherwise, this machinery will remain in junk like this. If you really want to, okay, student cannot reach by himself through YouTube, if you say, through like virtual labs. They have to come on the platform. We have to conduct the practicals with them. Otherwise, coming to the school would have not been genuine, not been meant. Coming to institution from the home, there is a purpose, values. We are talking about values. Values cannot be obtained on the blackboard. He may be sitting in a 5-star hotel. He has to come to the class, join the school, and listen to teacher. So the thing is, not the time is changing. So much negativity is there that students are not at all ready to accept as a teacher. We have to make their brains. We have to watch out. So, a lot of efforts are required by a teacher. And this additional work, that is this running of these machinery robots, which were not there in CBSE. Nobody wants to do it because of our syllabus is so much that CBSE is not ready to reduce it and adjust this ATL syllabus. And who's going to be the teacher for them? Either new appointment should be created. Vendors are coming, they are selling their things. As per Niti Yog, they have to give the training for some time, but I don't think they are coming. The BTech, they are also sending some engineers as per Niti Yog, but only for 2 days, 1 day, just fulfilling the formality. Nothing else. I want to just change this machinery, sir. Some change is required. If we have got collected, some machinery should be there, combined.
Yes. So we have some.
Just a small thought. In fact, I don't know why I never see anything in a negative way. We know that we can't do everything, right? But we have to do something. That is what everyone should decide. If I say that's quite a lot of challenges with us also. It is not that we are living in utopia. If you survey our faculty, there are lots of complaints, right? But still, we are new IIT. We did not have this infrastructure. But still, we continued. So let us think of what we can do rather than what are the challenge. The government level, policy level, there are lots to be done. There's no denying about that. And if this problem, I can understand your pain. The same is here also, but we have to make best use of what is available. This was a small effort we started a couple of years back, that, okay, bring the school children first here and let them have a day and let them something get ignited in their mind, even if 5% of them. That is a good job done when we start the whole process, right? Let this fire get percolated more and more people, right? If it is not burning the whole jungle, at least few of the trees should burn, right? So that's the intent. And I'm sure that it will percolate. The policymakers will also see it. They should see the desire. I think if I talk about 20 years back, many schools were having no computers. But nowadays, I don't think any school has without computer, right? The resources have become, as I said, so affordable that you can create a 1 or 2 classroom which could be connected to the outside world, where if you request someone, nobody refuses, I think. So we have to find the ways that how can we actually harness whatever we have right now, right? So with that thought, I think our steps are right. A long way to go. There is no denying.
Let us take first step today at this time.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. We started this already couple of years back, that bring the kids first, let them roam around the lab, see whatever hits their, laser hits their mind. So maybe someone, you never know, right? So that is the kind of thing the teachers should also try. And how can it be made bigger? Like if you have this kind of the infrastructure resource available, which could connect someone from outside, I think it is becoming easier. We should reach out to few people. It is becoming easier that your students could be addressed even from outside India, right? We have, I remember during the COVID time, one of the course was taught by a professor in New Zealand here, because we thought when everyone is doing online, why not get the best expert available in the world who is willing to? There are more also, everyone is not willing. So one full course semester was taught by a professor from New Zealand in one particular area. So that is,
and that
we
course,
should enjoy that rather than, yeah. So if we can do this small thing, you can request. I'm sure that students want to learn about AI. If you request Dr. Ankit, no one better than him around. He would be very happy to deliver an online lecture, even if the school is in a remote village in Kishtwar, right?
So nice of you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So that is why our Dr. Vijay Pal is working very hard. We have been discussing that he was requested. We did not have a space. He said, sir, can I get a container just to create a lab for the school kids? Because every lab may not be a very attractive to them. So I want to, that time we did not have these buildings. I still remember his request. Right, then we had an I2 ETDC, so I said that became a better platform. But we have to innovate. You will see lots of containers here. When I came here, about 12, 15 faculty members were having research project more than a year, did not have a space. So we discussed, I said, okay, how much space you want? Let us buy a container. We bought 10 containers and created their labs there. Right now they are getting vacated and now we are using for some other purpose. We have to actually be innovative to harness whatever we have. The building where, so what happens that the project should have been refused, returned, that no building, so we can't do the project. So I'm happy that if some request is coming and basic infrastructure is there, I think we are on right path. right? And nobody is going to, even if he refuses, someone will be agreeing to help. Everyone is feeling responsibility and will be coming out definitely more steps than expected.
So
to help
just
us.
I would like to add here, so if there is a request coming from the teacher side, like, okay, you train us, collective request is coming, not from Jammu and Kashmir. We received a request from Chhattisgarh this time, and around 150 teachers traveled from Chhattisgarh, Raipur, Bilaspur, and other places. They came to IIT Jammu, they stayed here for a week, and we trained them on lots of things, design thinking, even on drones, robotics, AI, in a week. And that program was not prepared from our side, like, okay, we are offering this. They said, okay, we want this, this, this. We tailored, we sit together, and then we made it such that a custom design so that it will fit for their requirement and what our capabilities are. So we offered a program. Recently, it concluded. Yes. So, yeah. Hi, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So actually, this is nice discussion that we are doing with recently with the JNK skill development also. So I'm taking care of skill wing in IIT Jammu. Right. So what happening is recently we had a discussion as Dr. Dubey mentioned, from Chhattisgarh 150 teachers came here, and we have trained them. Whatever you're asking, who is going to train them, and who is going to fund them as well. So the funding came from the government. So we conducted this training successfully for a week. They stayed here. It's a residential program for them. It was, ma'am, it is totally 150 teachers. Almost we received around 40-45 lakhs rupees, right? So they have stayed here. So it is a reality. It happened recently, not long far away, last month ago.
You can find the way. If there
Yes.
is a will, there is a way.
The proposal Dr. Navneet mentioned in the slides, it's not for you only, it's for the government also. To run such programs, we need this funding because recently we got 21 students are here. Those are from IT background and Polytechnic for a boot camp here, skilling boot camp, and they are going to participate in the competition soon. So JNK government has funded them here to stay here, and they are doing the hands-on experience and they are going to participate. Yes. Yes, of course, the discussion is going on.
Sir, can I
Discussion is
say,
going-
rather than asking this question, why not that? Let us harness who is doing that.
Yes.
They will come, because it is sometimes our efforts have to be like that they are attracted to that, right?
How long we have paid for, like, we are not governmental schools. We know that the government funds will reach to us and it will take time, like it may take 5 years, 10 years. Then why, like, in case we want to do something, I know we'll not be able to spend 3 lakh rupees per teacher, but I want to spend for my teacher. I may spend 50,000 per teacher for this training, but then why not, like, for private schools, like a school, they are somewhere in Keshtawad or Doda, when we say equity and like we say like such bigger words, and they remain in papers only. Why not they come into action? We are ready as private schools to spend, but we cannot pay 3 lakh. We cannot wait for government to reach these help to our children. Like instead, when I am sending my children, yes, I will find 5 persons who are ready to spend even 40,000 also. But then every person who is having money, is he person having the right attitude of tackling or meeting the requirements of IIT or innovation? There might be someone who is sitting in my class having huge spark, celebration worthy, but his father is just a 10th pass or 12th pass. He has not even sense of what innovation is. But I as a teacher or I as a principal can find a spark in him. I want to give him exposure, but he's not having even 10,000 in his pocket. Like, if we want somebody to come into our colleges, into our schools, and give a training session of, let's say, we'll not 10 days was too ambitious. But we break down to 3 days. Like somebody coming to our labs, we are having, sir, our own AI lab, our own ATL lab. We simply want hand holding. Somebody comes to our lab and see, ma'am, आपके lab में ये 15 चीजें हैं, आप ये 25 और add कर देंगे, so it will be more. As an academician, as a biologist, I am aware of teaching, sir. I may not be that equipped in innovations. We want some innovator and academicians because we can plan on school ground. We want innovation also to join hands with us. And then like somebody telling us कि मैम आपके lab में ये चीजें हैं and इसको ये upgrade कर दीजिए. Your authentication will help convincing us to our management कि ये सारी चीजें चाहिए. Next time you may not be requiring mobile vans in our area. Our labs, they will be self-sufficient. And instead of catering the needs of 5 children, they will be catering the needs of 2,500 children as a whole. We may be
Can I
finding-
just again, that is what I am saying. This whole initiative is regarding that. That let us collaborate. I don't see that it will be done tomorrow. No. But
In teaching, that it remain no more profession, sir. Don't make it business. Because those who are having.
No. It is.
It should remain.
I think I will not speak. I will not speak now because if you are putting it in terms of business, then I will. Sorry, I will not speak on that because if it looks to you, it is nothing. Even jo jeera wala hai na, even that is. Why would we do that? Right? You know what is the budget, how much our research is spending. Right? So it is not that. I will not speak on that. Whatever I am saying, that this is an effort for collaborating it. As ma'am said, have you ever interacted with during the visit with some of the faculty that you want some help in developing your lab X area? I think you will be guided. If you want AI, you could be contacting directly to a person working in AI at IIT Jammu. I don't think there is a.
Sir, there are
Listen, that is what I am saying.
Right, sir.
You would not be able to talk if we were not sitting here. Right. And that is what I am suggesting, that considering an utopia is never a right thing. Right. The best thing is that can you just explore that what area you want to develop a lab in? Right. Can you just, have you spoken to 2-3 people here in that area which where you want to develop your lab? If not, I don't think anybody in IIT, I can just vouch from this stage, anybody in IIT would refuse you that I won't talk to you. Right. Everyone, how much is possible for you to develop or not? But definitely you can explore. We are also exploring that how many could be helped.
So this is that exploration only, sir.
So that is what.
I agree, sir.
Yes. So talk to, if you want a lab in, let's say you want to replicate our tinkering lab. You forget about everyone. You come to me. I'll catch forcibly them.
Sir, no, we cannot deny the contribution of IIT. Yes, in this ATL. If we are standing there because of IIT, Dr. Sir Vijaypal sir, he has helped a lot sending the team. They have given us the training also there. I'm grateful to him, sir. But I'm talking in general. What is happening? Knowledge is somewhere, the student is somewhere, and there is no mentor.
I know.
We are searching mentor.
Sir, I fully agree, and I started this that it is not that it is your pain only, it is our pain also. But we have to go to the extent possible. It could be done in whatever. We can't stop, otherwise they will kill us.
So as a moderator, I'll have to come in picture, and then I think we can take one more last question, and then I think we can conclude the.
Good afternoon. I'm Colonel Dr. Adarsh. I just want to add up that we are talking about AI innovation and all, but our students are ready for this innovative ideas or innovation? Does they really know? Because to innovate a mind, we really need to prepare them from the primary level. But unfortunately, our books, these NCERT books which I'm talking about, they're not talking about AI or any skill-based learning. They're only talking about product-based learning, the previous mode which they were. They are not having any skill development ideas or anything. The innovations are going on. They should be incorporated in the learning process from the primary level. Because students, as he told, that they are not able to cater what they want to do, the career counseling part. When they are from the primary level, if they know about the skills of the students, then the teachers can guide them where they want to go, if they want to be engineers, doctors and all, that skill development can be incorporated at the primary level. I would request that the education ministry can incorporate in the books and all at the NCRT level, so that the innovative minds can be developed from the primary level and that they have a niche for that innovation. And the second thing about infrastructure, I would like that the climate change should be seen in the future infrastructure preparation, because there are so many things which I can see that there is a wastage of water, there is no rainwater harvesting when the buildings are planned. So it should be taken considering that our future generation should not have any problems. The climate change should be taken into the consideration when we are preparing for the infrastructure, so that we can incorporate so many things which can save our environment, ecology, and even the trees and all are cut in huge numbers. If I can see this place, it was a huge forest area, and now we have wasted a lot of land, and we have seen devastated floods and all what have been
I would like
here.
to interrupt here. I would request our Professor Mishra to just tell us like how many trees we have cut and how many we planted back. So it is on the positive side.
Sir,
Then yeah.
again, I am saying that what you said, I started with the what you said, that while planning, you should consider that. There is no denying on that. But what you wanted, that IIT should not be here, right? And we were given by the forest to cut 65,000 trees for this development. We have gone away with only 14,000, and we have already planted 17,000 plants. 30,000 we are developing in the nursery, and we are planning that 10,000 they have to be replaced after 3 years. So we'll develop 3 years, and then 10,000 go to the some areas here, right? You can see that why this building is not on a flat land. We could have cut this whole hill, right? Why it is not? You have a ground floor there. Now almost you go
Fourth
to
floor.
fourth floor, you are on the ground floor. Why we have done that? It is just to protect that. It is total carbon reduction, right? And you will find all the buildings here. So we have to, whatever we can do, I can't stop cutting trees if we have to have IIT, right? But we can minimize, we can replenish, and we can sensitize ourselves that we won't do that as much as possible. I'm not saying that we won't do it, right? But we have to change the thinking that, okay, this is the challenge, right? How do we deal with it in the best possible way? Job done, right? If everyone starts thinking that how can be done in best possible way, the job done.
So,
Thank you.
Dr. Vijaypal, would you like to? Yeah. And then I think we can conclude the session. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
Dedicated for infrastructure and all. Just to answer your question, we have been providing training from last, I think, 5-6 years. And whatever questions you asked, we observe same, that where this fund will come, how it will come and all. So we provided training to the teachers free of cost from 4-5 years. And whatever modules Dr. Nabil has put, that is dedicated for high-end training. And
Where-
our students have made a very small kit named as a system gun. And that is very low cost, maybe 8,000 to 10,000. And you can perform around 20 experiments out of it. And this gun has purposefully made for this purpose. So that in any of the location, you can carry it very easily, right? Do not need any big infrastructure, not very high cost involved. And I request Asutosh in the innovation cell, you must show these guns and experiments to all the principals, right? Because we observe same thing. The capacity of the science school, I agree. So हम सोचा कि at least ऐसी चीज होनी चाहिए, so that they can learn, and we are providing more manuals also. Some YouTube channels where they can learn how to use this system, perform that step. Right? तो इस टाइप की पैरेलल में एक्टिविटीज करनी है जो कि मास लोगों को पास हो, क्योंकि उसमें तो फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट है. आपको जस्ट वो गन आपके स्कूल में आई 10,000 20,000 व्हाटएवर जो उसकी कॉस्ट होगी, उस गन को एक्सपेरिमेंट करने के लिए आपको जस्ट बच्चों को अलाउ करना है. उसकी सारी ट्रेनिंग मॉड्यूल्स ऑनलाइन है, और उसके हमने ये सोचा है कि ऑनलाइन मोड में हमारे यहाँ से बच्चे आपको ट्रेनिंग दें.
They have been coming.
Yeah, अरे sir, बिल्कुल लाएंगे.
So this is, so basically, yeah.
They have not denied.
So this is what we are discussing from the morning, like, okay, we have high-end trainings which involve cost. Yes,
Ashutosh and his team, they have come recently. And
yes.
there are a lot to us.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
So I think we can, yeah, conclude the session. So infrastructure is not about just buildings or having the physical infrastructure. It is also about the mindset. It is also about how we contribute to overall development. So not every school or every child need equal opportunity, but they need equity. That means what is required, provide them. So this is what we can conclude. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, panelists. Thank you all. Lunch.
We'll now take a break for the lunch. All the members, please follow our volunteers for the lunch. We'll be back here in 45 to 50 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you.